And hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Happy Saturday. We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy. I'm going to be your dungeon master for this evening. And these people around me are our heroes and adventurers and my best friends. As far as announcements and stuff let's back up. As far as announcements and stuff goes, I have one announcement, and that is we will be doing a charity run for Extra Life on May 22nd. It's going to be a 24-hour stream and a giveaway. So if you do exclamation point charity in chat, it'll bring you up to a little text message that'll tell you what we're kind of doing, and also some of the things that we're going to be giving away will be on that page. So we're going to be giving away like a gaming mouse, a gaming keyboard, a digital copy of the new D&D book, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. I always want to say Richthofen's Guide to Ravenloft.
It's Richthofen's Guide.
Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. And a couple of other things. So make sure you're here for that. It'll be sick and awesome, but that's it. Yeah, be here on that day. We're going to start at 11 a.m. But yeah, exclamation mark charity. And then secondly, we're going to do something a little bit different today. I have spent some time making a recap video. It's a silly little recap video because it's our 30th episode. These guys have managed, well, most of them have managed to make it this far without dying, but they aren't permanently dead. Any of them, they're all still moving around. So I thought I would do something special for our 30th video, or our 30th episode. So we're going to go ahead and go over to that. We'll see you in a minute. Last time on Hard Knock Dice. The party ambushes a lightning rail, little do they know, owned by the Baron of House Dorian himself, Quanti Dorian. After a brief fight and a grievous wound suffered from Artyom's T-Rex form, Quanti had to make a desperate decision, lifting his second coat in the air, informing the party that there were 150 soul-charged crystals. Tense moment follows up between Artyom, Gorum, and Quanti, and he drops the ring. As our party runs and runs, making their way from this gigantic explosion, and a fine gray mist filling the air. That is where we left off. And we're back. It's so cool. I had a lot of fun making that. So there's that. All right. So now that that's out of the way and I don't have to do the recap, let's hop right into our episode, shall we?
We lost Gorum to the mist.
Wait, what? We're actually going to get our different music playing here really quickly, which I should have done during that video, but I didn't, so it's okay. As you guys were running, sprinting, flying, quite literally away from this explosion, one of you falls, Milo, taking your body to shield Gorum from the explosion overwhelming your body. And you fall unconscious. Moments later, seeing Gorum with his hand on your chest, bringing you back to life. Continuing to sprint, Koshik and Gandalin, you see Crowley, lute in hand, playing a tune totally contrasting to the current situation that is keeping him aloft as he flies by you and says, "We need to keep going." You guys turn around. Artyom, with Melgrim atop of you, in your Quetzalcoatl form, Melgrim, you grab onto Quanti Dorian, and as he out of your hand back towards the explosion yourself, you see the explosion engulf Quanti Dorian, and you see him turn to mist and steam. This explosion condenses down, erupts again, condenses down and does this 3 times as you all continuously make your way away from this, running, sprinting as far as you can away from this explosion as it gets larger each and every time, seemingly evaporating everything in its path. Eventually, it goes quiet behind you. Everything is quiet, except for the residual wind from the explosion blowing the trees around. And a thin gray mist fills the air where the explosion happened. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna super try to flap over to where my friends are running and flying off to.
Takes you
Milo.
Go ahead.
I say Milo collapses on his back, heaving. Oh, fuck.
Taking a minute, RTM, not too terribly long. You take off with Melgrim off into the direction that you saw them running. And at the edge of the no man's land that this explosion has created, you see your friends, some of them collapsed against trees, resting on the outside of this.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll go ahead and cast up a healing spirit on people who might need it. Kind of just sort of looking around to take stock of where everyone's at and stuff. And since I imagine the 2 people that I would see closest at hand would probably be Milo and Gorham.
At this point, they've grouped up with. At this point, everybody's together. For the sake of ease, Gorham, Milo have caught up to Kaushik and Crowley and Gandalwin, and they've finally made it here. They had Gorham and Milo looking a bit toastier than the others.
All right. In that case, I'll give them both 3d6 from the healing spirit.
Okay.
Oh shit. That's 17 for Milo. 2 6s and a 5.
Yeah.
and 7 for Gorham. Did not roll nearly as good.
Almost have double digits again.
Does anyone else look particularly hurt?
Everybody's looking, roughed up to some extent. Crowley, Gorham, and Milo all were hit by the explosion. So Crowley's down a bit, and yeah,
A bit. Crowley just there scheming. Yeah, Crowley's just there like.
As you do this, Crowley, part of your colorful outfit that was singed on the side just sort of ashes off into the wind.
You see the mask twitch a little bit.
Gorham, you okay? Still look pretty roughed up.
Oh, I've been better.
Hold on 1 second. This is probably gonna hurt.
You're gonna see a syringe like flip out from one side of his gauntlet. And stick that shit in and cast Cure at 2nd level. That is 11. That was 14 points of damage I healed you for.
I was gonna say 14 points of damage.
Yeah,
Now.
I was about to say,
I'm
just
down.
also known as 14 points of healing.
It's reverse math.
14
reverse
points of
damage.
damage.
It was damage you had suffered, and I healed it, so the damage was healed. There you go, 14 points of damage healed.
Right. As you guys heal up and gather yourselves, the mist eventually does fade. It does not linger. The wind sort of disperses it after a while. You're able to see into the distance, and it is a desert in the middle of this forest that you guys have traveled hours out to ambush this lightning rail.
Like nothing left of the rail itself.
You guys did run for some distance. If you would like to investigate any sort of area, you would have to move back into that area, back to that area. There is nothing to gauge where this fight happened. There's no landmark. Correct.
Ooh. You can like end of one train track to eventually end the other train track and sort of roughly
do the math wherever they're like, well, right about here. Yeah. I'm just gonna ask Artyom, like, you came flying in. Is there anything left anywhere?
Well, what did I see? Roll a perception check.
Say that one more. What was the question? What are you looking for?
He asked if I saw anything out there at all.
Because he came flying back over. So.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Disadvantage since I only have 60 feet dark vision.
If you were flying more than 60 feet above the ground, yeah. I'll let you make that call.
Flying that high. It's 19 total.
19 total. The sun is starting to come up, by the way, at this point. You guys were fighting early in the morning. That's when this was scheduled to arrive at this point. You've been running for several minutes now, getting away from this explosion as it's happening. So the morning has come. As you're flying back over Artyom, scouring, you see dust. With the mist flowing around still at that point, you see nothing. Empty, dead space.
Just legit crater. Yeah, okay. No, I didn't see anything. It's just like you get carved up out of the dirt. It's all gone.
Huh. Well, is it worth trying to see if we can find anything else? I mean,
if you'll give me just a second, I'll give it a look-see with the goggles, see if I can see anything left over, magical residues or whatnot. I just need to catch my breath first.
That's fair. I can't imagine we want to stay here too long. There's not a lot of chance that nobody noticed that.
You can intuit that if anybody was around for miles, this was seen. This filled up the sky like daylight at 4 a.m. Like noon at 4 a.m. If not brighter.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't stick around too long.
Yeah, in that case, I will not be casting it as a ritual. I will go ahead and do the once daily free casting.
Of?
Detect magic from my goggles.
Okay, and the range on that is?
I'm bringing it up now.
Yeah.
Guys, we're fucked.
Or not detect magic, it's identify. My bad.
Alright, you have to go find the area that exploded. Exactly.
Yeah. Before you cast Identify at this, which has a maximum range of, 60 feet to 120 feet. You guys ran...
I was going to do a flyover.
Okay. Of Identify? Not exactly sure that's the usefulness of it.
I don't know if there's anything left to identify.
Well, I was double checking to see if I had detect magic in my wizard spells, but I did not. I thought I did. I'm dumb.
Detect magic would be the use here. Identify is a touch spell, so you have to be holding something.
I thought I had detect magic. I did not.
Gotcha.
So,
we should get out of here, but I'm a little bit tipped for
yes,
going back into a shapeshift.
There's going to be people coming to investigate that. I can't imagine before too long.
All right.
Not quite sure what we should do.
Do we want to wait and let me gather myself a little bit so I can fly us out of here, or do we just want to start moving?
Yeah, can we afford to wait?
I think the sooner we start moving, the better. And we can find a spot to rest on the way.
Yes, we get a little distance away and from this shit.
All right.
Very well. In which direction are you moving?
We were directly west of New Cyre, right?
Correct.
All right.
Are y'all moving back towards the town?
We at least need to go back towards our ship.
Yeah, our ship was on the north side of town, right?
Correct.
So I'll start making kind of a wide sweep sort of to the northeast then.
Okay. Not gonna make you roll for it. You guys know where you came from, and with your abilities as a survivalist, Artyom, without issue, you guys make your way through these woods, eventually finding New Kyrie on the horizon, seeing it. Can't really see any detail from this distance, but you do see it, kind of gauging it off there, making your way towards the ship. Are you guys looking to have a short rest before you end up going up to the ship, or is the plan? What's the plan here?
I think we have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a way to get everybody up.
I can get everyone up.
Unless Milo and Crowley want to ferry us up one at a time or whatever.
I'll ferry everyone up.
It'll be faster than waiting.
Okay.
Yeah. Crowley's going to like raise his hands as spirits once again pop up. There are dead people everywhere. And they're going to hit him and he's going to switch to the form of a giant owl.
Okay. You guys see spectral images of the dirt pop up of Chiron soldiers of past that have fallen here. Wrap around Crowley as he turns into a giant owl, starts ferrying you one by one up to the top of the ship. It is still very early at this point. You do not hear that you're greeted with the sounds of Bill snoring, a slight chattering below deck with rhymes, and that is it at the moment.
Shit. We gotta go get Abet. Probably sooner rather than later.
I'm not worried about him. As far as I know, he's working for a bunch of traders.
What?
We were set up. This is bullshit.
If we were set up at all, it was not by his people. It would have been by the counselor.
Well, then maybe, hopefully, if they're smart at all and they didn't set us up.
I don't think they would have sent what would have originally been 10 of their men just to get slaughtered.
They volunteered. I told them
They
not
did.
to come.
I know, but my point is that I don't think that group as a whole had anything to do with it.
I don't. Yeah.
It's a bunch of
I don't think the group
normal
did.
people.
But our friend in the council, I'm not too for shit.
I'm not so sure that it was even a setup. I think he just felt we were expendable. It was a worthwhile risk. If we died, we died. If we didn't, fantastic.
I don't know. I don't. Crowley, no offense. I do not like your new town. And I am not fond of Bashir. If you know him to be a good person, or I really want to go punch this guy in the fucking face right now.
That does not seem like a good idea.
Take a rest first, but in a minute.
Oh, okay.
It still doesn't seem like a good idea. It would be stupid. It's picking a fight in enemy territory.
In their defense, we did agree to approach the train with very, very little intel of what was.
We knew very little. That's what happens when you take missions like that. Risk is high. Reward is also high. Except we got nothing because the train exploded. All we really know is that this has something to do with the House Orion directly.
We got confirmation that he's involved in whatever this soul trapping crystal thing is, that whole business.
Yes.
So if nothing else, we got a lead. A little bit of info.
Very, very, very little. We got no details. We just know House Orion and Quanti Dorian are directly involved.
Melvin, did you see what happened to Quanti when the explosion went up?
He just turned to mist. That's what I saw, right?
You saw him engulfed by the explosion, and he was just destroyed by it. From what you saw, he was destroyed by it into a cloud of mist and steam, is what you saw.
Oh, okay. As far as I know, it looks like he got destroyed by that.
Good.
Great. Now we have even less lead.
Teleported out of that. So I don't know. He seems very strong caster, but
just a little.
As far as I know, he got destroyed by that explosion.
It works good enough for me. If that guy was going around shipping these stones around with children's souls in them, then regardless if we can't question him now, him being off the table is a good, a net positive all in all.
Barely.
I can't help but feeling like this was a trap, and it wasn't by accident that we were sent there.
I mean, it was stupid to go after it anyway. They had captured the man who gave us this information. They knew someone was going to make a pass at it.
Crowley, do you know these men that were on the train, the red armor? Do you know if that's like a coat of arms or anything like that? Like a mercenary group, or?
I thought we said they were from Zalargo.
We
Am I remembering?
Something was coming from Zalargo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the guards from Zalargo, or part of their.
There was nothing indicating that.
No. Well then, let's start rolling. I don't know. What could I roll here?
I mean, no, you're not rolling. This is these. You've encountered these guard. These are Orion's personal guard.
Oh, okay. All right. So House Orion's personal guard.
These guys are a paramilitary group. They are his law above the law in passage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So all we really know is House Orion is pretty deeply entrenched in whatever this is.
Well, they do move everything throughout the continent, so.
Yes, but he also knew that he knew enough about them to know they explode.
Well, of course.
Very strong way. So he knew what they were sending, and he was also following it.
Chances are good he's not merely enabling them with transportation.
I don't think you would put your own personal guards on something like that if you didn't have a personal stake in it, nor would you follow it around in your personal lightning car or whatever they're called.
Exactly.
Yeah, there must have been more than just those crystals on board if we were supposed to actually learn anything from it, but it's gone. So I'm not sure what we can do to proceed.
The thing that strikes me the most weird is that this guy was completely willing to just kill himself to stop that information from getting out.
Did you notice anything different or strange about him?
Yeah, he had like weird, pink sparks and stuff kind of flying around his head. I don't know if he was being mind controlled or.
Make a wisdom check for me, Artyom. Just straight wisdom. Roll a d20, add your wisdom.
That is 21.
21.
Nice.
The sparkles weren't around his head; they were embedded into his face.
Oh, okay.
And when you bit him in your Rex form, you did not taste blood.
Oh, shit. Okay. I know what that means.
Does that mean that this guy was like a fake or something?
Simulacrum.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
We also know that some kind of fiendish forces are involved in this. We've known that since our first big fight back in the city with the church. So if he's involved with them, who knows what they've got him all fucked up on.
Right. Well, if this was a double or a not real version of Quanti, then we need to find the real Quanti, and we need to get, I don't know whatever kind of bureaucratic help we can get to try and put this guy down. for real this time, though.
That is not wise. He's the head of a house.
Yeah, his head can roll just as easy as anyone else's.
Yes, he commands a lot of power across this entire nation, trying to just bust in and capture him and assassinate them.
No, I'm not saying we should just go to his house and kick down the door. I mean, I'd prefer that option if it were a little bit more logical, but I would imagine if this is some kind of magic double, but he probably knows by now. That would be a very good thing.
Where are we having this talk?
Aboard the
I
airship.
imagine on the ship.
On top of the ship, top deck.
Okay, I was making sure we had gotten to the ship. I was going, yeah, let's have this talk somewhere safer.
Just walking around the woods.
I assume we're taking this talk while having a short rest.
Everybody's just like fucking collapse onto the deck of the ship, like holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
At this point, it is the next dawn. All of you do take a point of exhaustion.
Raj.
I go take a long rest.
Bye, Crowley.
Yeah, I'm with Crowley.
Not an important conversation that everybody needs to participate in or anything.
I'm glad you agree.
Wonderful. Anywho, for the people that give a shit, what do you propose then, Artyom?
well, I personally, well, I mean, I guess if Crowley is just walking away, what some of us go down to talk to Bashar and find out what the fuck is going on, what he knows, what he expects this stuff to be and not take. We'll let you know for a fucking answer.
That would be good. This is, yeah, we need political sway from somewhere. This isn't New Cyre isn't exactly the best place, but it's better than nothing.
Agreed. There's also the situation that, what if Mr. Kwandi or whatever, he decides that, hey, you know what, maybe I'll go on vacation. Maybe I'll let people think I'm dead. Now we are renowned assassins, and everyone wants our head. I don't know how this will go. That's gonna be very
I imagine that we will have a bounty on our heads regardless. He knows what we look like. He may not know exactly who we are, but he's powerful and has a lot of allies and informants he can find out. We need to get what we need and do what talking we need to do in New Cyre and leave quickly. I imagine he probably has agents and informants moving already. If he is not dead.
All right. Well, let's get some food in this. I feel like shit. I'm tired. I want to get this conversation over with, and let's get moving somewhere where we can make an actual, a little bit of progress without throwing ourselves into too much senseless danger and spinning our wheels.
We should probably go soon, even if it sucks. I know there are those that are in worse shape than others. They should probably stay. Those of us that are in a little better shape, go down, do what talking needs to be done, and come back. Be prepared to leave. We can't afford to wait around too long. I guarantee the House Orion probably has contacts in somebody that they can have doing their dirty work here already.
Agreed.
So, catch our breath here for a little bit longer, and then those of us that are in better shape, go ahead, go see Yassine, see what we can figure out before we go.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys kind of gather yourselves. Gorham and Crowley already taken off down below deck to go to sleep. You do see Neela.
Well, if I heard them talking about going back down to talk to Bashar, I'm coming with them. So.
Okay.
You're
very well.
Still pretty messed up.
We can take a short rest. You can use your
we're grabbing a short rest. That was my intent.
Right. as you guys kind of make your way down to the what you've made sort of your family area of this around the dining table, you guys sort of rest up and patch up. You do see Neela and Lydia waking up. There is since no food on the airship still.
No, we went and got food.
Did you guys go and buy food, or did Kashik make food with her spell?
I think
Both.
Kashik made food with her spell.
We went and bought food as well and brought it back up to the ship, I thought.
Y'all were going to do that, but y'all didn't want to do the back and forth, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought we did that when we were carrying Milo out to the middle of nowhere.
I don't think so.
Oh, I'll roll it in your guys' favor. It's fine. They're waking up. You see Neela bringing up just a small breakfast for her and Lydia, who is sitting at the table currently, from down below in the kitchen. And you see Bill there as well. He is currently sitting at the table, not on a chair, but is just kind of sitting back on his haunches, small little hands resting atop the table as well.
You got silverware?
He does not have silverware.
Damn it. I'll say, Neela really fucking did a number on this man. Holy shit.
Yeah, how's it going, Bill? You're looking pretty good over there, sitting at the table.
Yes. Thank you. I am hungry. Good morning. Bill doesn't have
I just look at Neela and then look at him.
Bill just has the bill. He doesn't really have teeth, but if he could like grind and grit his teeth right now, Artyom, you've known him long enough, he would be. He is. This is a struggle currently.
I'm just gonna kind of look over to Neela like, what did you threaten him with?
Koshik.
Oh.
I saw his reaction to her last time, and it was helpful in our endeavors. However, I did also use positive reinforcement, treats and the like. He does enjoy food. He also enjoys alcohol, which I did not indulge, but he does enjoy food quite a lot. Here, there is plenty more. She kind of looks you guys over. Is everything okay?
Nope.
Not really.
You have not yet
it
brought
occurs
back
to me.
Abet.
That we will be going to do that here shortly. We both had things to do in town before the night was out.
Very well.
We'll be going back to get him here shortly. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna eat something real quick.
Neela,
yeah, I'm gonna get.
Go ahead.
I want to get some alcohol. I want to give Bill some alcohol too. Here you go. It's been a long day, Bill. I appreciate you trying to be very cordial to me, but I can tell that you don't like this. And,
he grabs the bottle and tosses it back.
Yep, you're welcome.
Big cough.
Thank you.
Kashik's not going to hurt you. She's a friend of yours as much as you are mine. Don't worry about it.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Does it help give him advantage if I smile at Bill?
No, that would give him triple disadvantage.
9.
I don't believe you.
I mean, if you don't believe me, then I don't feel guilty about lying to you, so it's good. It works out both ways for me.
Stop staring at me and smiling, please. Neela goes down below deck, grabbing some more food and stuff that she's prepared, and brings it up to you guys. You all take a short rest, unless there's anything more that you guys would like to discuss throughout your short rest.
No, sir.
Okay.
No. Before we leave, though, I will knock on Crowley's door. Like, Crowley, you're sure you don't want to come? You're just going to sleep?
There's no response from the door.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go.
DM, Crowley's gone.
Where is Crowley going?
Crowley flew down to Nazir's house.
What?
New dawn, I can fly again.
We wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, there's you guys are all atop the ship. You guys would either see Crowley leave or
I went down to there should be a back exit to the captain's entrance, right?
no.
Well, the window.
Okay, I
Doesn't
did say
matter.
that. I did say that there was a window. Okay, very well. Make a
We
stealth
have a
check.
broken window in there now.
There's been a window.
I know, but is it broken? Like, I don't think that was open normally.
They do open. I've had to throw something out there before.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Little cat, stop moving my die. 22.
Okay.
I just went straight down. I didn't go up and or anything.
Sure. All right, you make your way down. As far as the rest of you go, is there any other conversations that you would like to have before finishing up your short rest? All of you are able to expend your hit die at this point. Heal up as necessary. Regain whatever abilities you regain on a short rest.
Oh, and most importantly, I changed out of that damn costume.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because we were all wearing masks that entire
Yes.
time, so they don't know as much about us as we.
We're all
as they
disguised
could.
from head to toe.
We're all like, yeah, look at us in our weird fucking masks. Can't
Never
say
made
shit.
Milo.
I'm a wee
Disguised
bit
from-
recognizable.
Disguise from head to chin is more apt.
They don't have They don't have descriptions of
well.
our face.
Crowley
Correct.
changed his outfit entirely, so.
You with really long beard.
Yeah, there's some beard sticking out from underneath.
They could have been elven ladies in masks. You never know.
Yeah.
Just really short elven.
4 foot tall, stocky as hell elven ladies with beards.
It's part of the disguise.
You never know.
They're just gnomes in fat suits.
Okay. On
Anyways.
that note, so we just
All right.
ferry our ways down.
Making your way down. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of you are greeted with the sounds of a lot of chatter going on in town.
Shit. We need to hurry. I just kind of like whisper, like, yeah, we need to be heard. We need
As
to
you've landed a little bit further out, so people don't look directly up at the airship. And walking your way up to the front gates, you even see people leaving the town, packed up, bags on the back of carts, horses, whatever the case is. You just hear, I knew it wasn't the people, or I knew it wasn't the place. The damn people are cursed.
I'm gonna
That's it.
grab somebody as they're going, just like, hey,
What?
where's everybody going?
Leaving this cursed place.
Why?
You should too.
Sure, but why?
Points off in the distance that you came from earlier this morning.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. So just everybody's packing up and leaving.
If they're smart.
Makes sense.
And
Okay.
leaves.
And just fucking like, all right, bye. Got the information I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to hurry. Shoot.
With one boss fight, we have destroyed New Kyrie.
Their economy ruined. Population down.
You guys, as you make your way in, passing the tent markets and what have you, you see vendors bringing down their tents and packing up and leaving. Seeing a familiar halfling with just precariously stacked cages on the back of this donkey. Just right then, time to leave. Go back home, away from all this. As he makes his way out of the city as well. You hear just a doomsayer in the middle of all of this, crying out that the people are cursed and this is the God's way of punishing them. They were
I
never
beeline
protected.
for him.
Do what?
Yeah.
I beeline for him.
Okay.
I get up to him and I say, shut the fuck up.
Make Make a perception check.
And are shoulder and shoulder pushing through that fucking crowd like this motherfucker right here.
You said make a perception check?
Correct.
Can I make a grapple check?
Well, the perception
shit,
check is
really
is
bad.
as you're further away.
Okay.
You're not quite up to him yet.
That's an 8.
An 8, Artyom?
Yep.
You're shoulder to shoulder with Ganowin. Go ahead and make your perception check. And I'll say, Crawley, you're a
He's
bit
tall.
ahead of him. Go ahead as well.
Perception.
He's taller than...
I'm
24.
tall.
There we go.
Okay.
14.
Kaushik, you and me are the same height. We're both short.
It's not too hard to see through the people sort of moving throughout the street. You see Bashar Yassin also coming towards you. But he's not looking at you currently. He's looking at the same guy y'all are going for.
Okay,
And
sweet.
he is beelining for this person as well.
Yep,
Artyom,
just-
you get up to this guy, Ganowin with Ganowin shoulder and shoulder. Bashar throws a hand out, and this guy mid yell just locks up. Your grapple automatically succeeds.
Oh yeah, I
Can
would
it
just
do
grab
I
the shirt.
notice? Do I notice that he just got hit with like a whole person?
Yeah, you have the spell, you know. This is exactly what.
Yeah, I'll just drag him down out of like crowd eye level, like off of whatever he was standing on, and just sort of like, hey buddy, how about you don't scare all these fucking people, alright? These are just normal people trying to live their lives. You don't need all of this stuff. You're being a fucking asshole, and I don't like assholes, alright? I'm just gonna give him a couple of slaps on the cheek.
I loom as much as I can.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, Artyom, as Bashar just sort of taps. He says, persuasion or intimidation will not be necessary. He waves his hand and a couple of guards come over and they drag his held form away.
That'll work. We actually came to look for you.
And I am glad you have found me. Unfortunately, I find myself in a bit of a situation at the moment.
Yes, there's somewhere we could talk. Pretty important. We're not going to be here very long.
Yeah, we need to talk right now.
I understand that we need to talk, and I want to talk to you as well. But currently, I have an entire populace in panic.
Yes. And we need that. Like, then there's all these things that 5 minutes of your time can do.
Listen,
By yourself?
I'm not trying to have a conversation for my benefit. It's somewhere private. It's for your benefit. I can talk right now.
We
But
need to leave.
talk right now.
I need to leave as well, but not from here. I need to get this under control. I understand. Listen. This is where I live, and he gives you an address. Meet me there in 2 hours. Does that work for you?
We don't need to be here in 2 hours. We need to be gone by then.
I can help you escape if you're looking to escape from something or something else. That doesn't matter. But currently, I don't have the time to speak. I need to go. Meet me at my house or do not. I do want to talk to you. I want to know as much as what happened as I can, but right now I do not have the time. I have to get this situation more under control than it is currently.
Fine.
Thank you for understanding.
Understanding is a strong word. Turn around like, okay, well, we need to find Abet at least. Do that now.
I'm going to I'll just kind of like sort of nod absentmindedly to Gandolin, and I'm going to summon up a barrack next to me, or kind of just sort of in my hands, just and instruct him to keep his eyes on fucking Bashir the whole time.
Okay.
And
Great minds think alike. I was getting ready to do the exact same thing with my Kestrel.
Very well.
well, if we both have them, then one can tell us to come and be like, "Hey, he's doing something fishy," while the other one keeps tabs on him.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna instruct one. Barrack is going to follow him regardless of what is going on, and the Kestrel is going to pull off whenever something fishy happens. Define something fishy for me, Milo.
If it seems like he is under attack,
Okay.
or if he seems to be communicating with anyone from one of the noble houses. Anyone who seems fiendish.
Okay.
If he tries to leave, if he looks like he's getting ready to leave the city.
Yeah, if it looks like he's
hopping
going
in
to
a fucking carriage or something,
Yeah.
or just like disappears. That's definitely grounds for it. Get the fuck back here.
Yeah, like if he was getting 2 hours to give him time to get the fuck out of here, that kind of thing.
All right. Very well.
I'd also like Barrett to try to keep a line of sight on him if he goes into a building to just like make sure he,
follow him in.
to like at least look on a windowsill or something like that.
Okay. Barrett gives you his confirmation call and heads out.
Confirmation.
He's a tropical bird, right? So he's a parrot.
No, he's a I believe he's a macaw, but it is a trump.
Yeah, macaws can talk. Very limited, but they can. Yeah.
Oh, Roger. Hell yeah. All right, so I guess we're now looking for Bashar. Not Bashar. We're now looking for Abet.
Okay.
Because we just go to his house
Oh,
first.
yeah. How far away is? Well, I guess Bashar's pretty far away by this point. Never mind.
You actually see him go right to the tent market where you see vendor breaking down his tent. You see Bashar go over, sort of lean down, pull something from a pouch, and just sort of hand it to this vendor.
You're fucking bribing him to stay.
And the vendor stops, looks at it, starts putting his tent back up.
Interesting. Okay.
How far away is this?
60, 70 feet, maybe.
All right. Once it seems like the conversation is to an end, just kind of like hanging around for a second, I'd like to mentally ask Bashar, where is Abet right now? Do you know where he is?
Unfortunately, throughout the chaos, I do not. If I see him, I will let you know. I'll send you a message.
Sweet.
He does not know where Abet is, so to his house first, and then to the meeting place next.
That would be my guess. Starts with the house. The meeting place is a bit far.
Agreed.
So, to the house. Hear the Batman.
Okay.
Fucking make our way off to the house.
You make your way to the house. Just to address the plan, first of all, the meeting place is several hours outside of town. Bashar has asked you to meet him in 2 hours, so you're aware.
Right.
Okay. So you go to Abet's house, knock on the door. There's no response.
Is it locked?
It is, but it looks perfectly pickable.
Fantastic. I picked the lock.
Go ahead and roll for me.
Okay.
DC 10.
D20. No. I'm pretty sure I rolled bad, but with a I think it's a +8, so it's a 14.
Without issue, it clicks open and walk into the front door.
I walk in. I make sure he's not sleeping.
The house is empty. At the moment, I mean, when I say empty, I mean like their belongings have been packed up to get ready for this journey. You walk into Neela and Abet's bedroom. It is bed is still there, basic linens and stuff still there. Abet is not.
Son of a bitch. He isn't here.
What would the logistics be to fly to where the meeting was at as quickly as possible and try to get back to Bashar's place?
Took you a couple of hours to get there. On horseback, flying.
Oh, we were on horses when we did that.
Yeah,
Several of you were on horses. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Okay.
So
were we flying at speed, or were we riding at speed, or just kind of like trail riding out there?
You're just sort of trail riding out there. If you were to fly out there, you could probably do there and back in the time frame it would take for the meeting to start. It'd probably take an hour to get there, an hour to get back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go check out the meeting spot and come back and meet you at Bashar's place.
Okay. Be careful.
You know me. I've never done anything rash.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's not do that.
You don't want anyone.
we will, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody who's a little lighter who won't slow you down, ride along just in case?
Why?
In case something dangerous happens, if there are Orion guards there already, or something shitty has gone down.
Well, if someone's going to come with me, it should probably be Milo, so we can fly back in time for it to really matter.
Okay, sure. That works.
Do you have
Just-
enough? Are you able to do that, Milo?
Plenty,
I don't-
yes.
He can
don't know
ride.
how-
He can't ride. He can't fly nearly as fast as you, though.
I can if I cast Expeditious Retreat,
I'm
which
pretty
lasts
sure
for how
you're
long?
still slower than him.
2 hours.
You have like an 80-foot fly speed, right? As a Quetz?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would
You-
outdistance me like a motherfucker.
By double, at the very least, just about. But you can carry people, right, without reducing your fly speed?
Yeah.
This is
I'll-
a big motherfucker.
Pilgrim, let's go. If I can't carry Milo, so that would not be a very good idea. The door are so fucking heavy.
So you have a little bit of backup just in case. I guess we will look around for him as we can here and see what we can find.
Okay. RTM and Melgrim, you take off in the direction that you guys went last night.
Yeah, I'm just gonna transform right there. Really not. I'm past giving a fuck about this town.
Right.
We got shit to do. Okay. I guess we'll just look for him around.
Okay. I mean, you,
Fucking
you guys don't really have any
wander around.
sort of starting point for a bet, so
Doesn't he had a shop, right? Do we know where that shop was?
you did not.
Son of a bitch. We know what kind of shop he had though, right?
You know that he was a leather worker. You don't know if he owned a shop or if he just worked somewhere.
Shit.
Bet he made the armor.
Okay, well, yep, I guess it's just like, alright, gang, spread out and search for clues. Look for a bet.
About the only lead that you have right now is Yashar's address.
Knock on a neighbor's door.
Yashar.
Sure, why not?
Sorry, don't mean to metagame there. My
That's a
bad.
good point. That's a good point. Well, that would make sense. Fucking knock on the door, like.
Okay. You do see several people leaving from houses around you. A couple of people
I'll
just
stop
sort of,
one and just be like, "Hey, you seen the gentleman who lives here, Abet, and has he been around this morning?"
earlier this morning.
How much earlier, if you don't mind my asking?
Yes, no, I was up fairly early before the explosions. I saw him leaving his home around that time.
Did it look like he was going anywhere in particular?
I did not pay that much attention. Bashar is in and out at all kinds of strange hours.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Abet is in and out at all kinds of strange hours.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Help is a
Continue
strong
about my
word.
business.
Come on, sweetheart. He walks down. All right.
Shit. Oh yeah, Bashar is
They're
a
the
bet.
same person.
Have we seen him in the same room together? We have seen him in the same room together, actually, so it's not really relevant. That'd be crazy. What a twist.
With a twist.
What a twist. I know.
Okay.
So it's like, well, he was here earlier, so. And when they said before the explosions, did they mean like all the way back? Because the last time we saw him was in like the middle of the fucking night.
Correct. He left
So
you
he
in
had
town
to-
though, so you had you were traveling in the opposite direction of the town, which it took you a few hours to get out there to the lightning rails themselves. He left you in
Right.
town.
Yeah. So okay, so he had been in town when we last saw him.
Correct. And apparently in that time he had gone back to his home and left before the explosions. So a few hour window where he was at or near his home. And then left again.
Guess we'll just fucking look for him. Is there anything else we can do? Look for him in the less than 2 hours at this point we've got.
Have a question. I am out of 3rd level spell slots. Can I cast Sending at a 4th level?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys want me to do that? You want me to give him a call, whip out my phone, give him a text, send him a text message?
Sure.
Hey, if it'll find
You're
him for
not
us
here.
faster. Hey,
Yeah,
if it'll
I
find
wish-
him faster.
I wish you would have suggested that before I fucking flapped away.
I wish I would have thought of it before you fucking flapped away.
So yeah, absolutely. If you can find him real quick, that would be awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna
We're
send
on
him a
the-
text message.
We're on a bit of a timeline.
Okay. What do you say?
Abet, this is Kaushik. We're looking for you. We need to know where you are right now. Send.
Boom.
We love you.
Bow.
Love you. The squad.
XO.
Quite a few moments pass before you do hear Abet's voice reply. Kaushik, I messed up. I am in jail. And that's the end of the
Shit.
message.
Son of a bitch. And we're going on a trip to bust Abet out of jail. Or something.
This man's gonna be hanging before the end of the day.
Poor Lydia was better off with that creepy fucking gnome.
God damn it.
Relay the message to the folks. That's
Son of a
all they can
bitch.
do. And let's go get him, boy.
Yep, I guess if we are now beelining for the fucking jail. Like, let's go.
Where you guys are gonna have a jailbreak without Artyom? You're the worst people ever.
We're just gonna
Well,
pay
you
his
better
bail
get
or
back
something.
here,
It's not gonna be
Artyom.
much of a jailbreak. We're like, all right, what do you
With
do?
the side, just kind of clank.
We're gonna pay his bail, and that'll be it. How could it possibly be more complicated?
We've got enough platinum to subscribe every guard there. I
Yeah,
think.
holy shit. Yeah, if these guards aren't corrupt enough for like hella money, then come on. Yeah, we fucking.
Then we
we're on
kill
our
them
way.
easy enough.
Oh shit!
Mm-mm.
Jesus Christ!
Just
Y'all got the
blast
wrong
through
group
the
for that.
outer wall.
What?
I got the shatter spell, bro.
We'll
Bust
figure it out. Let's head that way.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
go.
but we're going like fucking cursing up a
They're
storm
just,
the whole
they're
way
just
there.
having this conversation in front of the guards.
How
Like,
should
alright.
we break them out? Guards just looking at us.
I do that, like,
we'll do
it
this
just
the
didn't-
easy way or the hard way. Either we
Don't-
pay
don't
you
even-
or we're taking him.
Don't even address the guards just talking in front of them. So we can bribe them all, or we can just like kill all of them, or you know, just blow a hole in the side of the building and the guards are just like.
A guard
Just turn to
chimes
look at the
in.
guards.
A guard chimes in and says, "Oh, you should just use the side door. It's much easier. Closer to the cells, you can break."
Alright,
Anyway.
alright, thank you.
They've only put it time. They don't pay me enough.
You
Like
guys
the
make
Kyra
your
Give him a
National
couple
Guard.
platinum.
New party member. Let's go.
make your way to the jailhouse. In that direction, you've been here before, passing through the town square where an empty gallows still is.
Nobody's being hanged right now, right?
Nobody is currently being hanged.
Okay, good. Just making sure. I was say, how can I throw a knife?
I did say an empty gallows at the moment. Just
Fair enough. Well, I didn't mean if like there was anybody being like walked up to it. I don't know. Very concerned.
Empty of life.
the town square is somewhat empty at this part of the city seems somewhat empty at the moment. You guys walk up to the guard's house. What do you say? You see that same older portly guard who's been retired to desk duty sort of sitting there. Well, you're just
Hey.
kind of staring at me. Hello.
Hey, we have a friend who is here. Is Bet Solomon somewhere around here?
He was just taken into custody earlier today.
Could I ask why?
Seems he was a part of that kidnapping ring that was go around here.
Interesting. Can we have a word with him? As you know, that is part of the thing that we were investigating for your counselor and your king. You know, the things that involve the kids going missing?
Y'all ask a lot
Very
of strange requests from me.
How is that a strange request?
Let them
You're
through.
investigating a potential
Stop yelling at him.
criminal in the crime that we're investigating is kind of pretty on the nose.
You guys hear a voice call out from over your shoulder. Let them through. And you see
Fucking Bashar.
it is Bashar again.
God fucking. I was looking at him.
Damn right.
Motherfucker.
That guy's everywhere.
Apparently.
He is everywhere.
Very, very busy preventing people from leaving the city, huh? And
He's got
I go
clothes
past.
all over the town.
You see Barrick land on a pole outside behind Bashar, just looking at him. And your Kestrel lands on the other side of the pole, both of them just watching Bashar as he goes into the jailhouse behind you.
Yeah.
Let them through.
Let him pass. And I just start. I'm like, all right, sweet. And I'll walk past the dude at the desk.
Eric's just like, found him. Ah!
I have just been informed of his arrest as well. So.
La, 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 la. So fucking. Let's go.
So
talk
out he
about
comes.
that.
Let's go. Let go.
Okay. You guys make your way down the way. Guard unlocks the cell for you. Same cell that Udry himself was in. You see Abet slumped over, just sort of in a defeated position, manacled, hanging.
Does he look
his
interrogated?
Make a perception check.
All right. 20 dirty.
He does not look interrogated yet.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I just walk in like, all right, I bet what the fuck.
He
Very eloquent.
The rest of you make your way into the room as well.
Yes.
Okay. The guard unlocks the door, Gandalf being the first one barging in. As you say this, Abet looks up at the group of you once and then proceeds to avert his gaze, not looking at any of you.
It's not the answer. What the fuck? What's going on?
What do you want me to say?
The truth, preferably.
Yeah, I mean, were you actually one of the people stealing kids?
I did what I had to do.
And
please
what
elaborate.
is it that you did?
Who is talking to me? Because I have two people yelling at me right now. I can answer questions. But currently 2 people are yelling.
I will fold my arms and nod at Gandalf.
Wonderful. What the fuck did you do?
I had to protect Neela and Lydia.
And that required you to steal other people's children. When Lydia was not even here.
No answer.
I hit him.
Roll an attack roll.
Just fucking sock him in the mouth.
Okay. Well, you know what? Don't roll an attack. He is bound. It's gonna hit. Yep.
You miss.
Give him the chance to miss.
That was
Give
just
him the
warning
chance to
shot.
miss.
The warning punch. I really hope you have a better answer than that.
A few months ago, I came back home after a meeting to find someone in my house. Someone with Lydia in their arms while Neola was asleep. I couldn't beat him. I couldn't help her. So I told him I would do anything. And I did. I made a deal with him that I would keep his supply flowing as long as Neela and Lydia were safe.
Any idea who this was?
He never gave me his name, but I heard his men call it out. Sithov. Brayton Sithov.
Abet,
I'm
can you
sorry.
spell that, please?
Yeah, one more time.
Yes, you spell that Breyton space Sithov.
Okay. Does that sound familiar to me at all? Like,
Sounds familiar to the entire group that is here. You've heard this name before. You've been given this name from the head of an elf back in Flamekeep.
I have my wrong notebook here, so don't have that note apparently.
I wasn't taking notes at that point, so.
Okay, so that was the guy that the head of old rapier dude.
This was his contact in Sharn, is the information that you got about Brayton Sithov.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. All right.
What about the group that you were with last night? Are they part of it as well?
No.
Did you know that you were setting us up to be potentially murdered?
I didn't set you up. I had no idea what that gnome had, and I had no idea what his information was. I had no idea.
Who did you hand these kids off to?
His men.
Who? Are they here?
I assume not at this point.
Was there a drop-off point? Schedule?
I live on the edge of town. There is a small portion of the gate that I've affixed for easy access to outside of the city.
Was there a place outside the city you met them?
Just a few moments outside of the gate. A short walk.
Particular time? Day?
I would just get a message. He starts crying.
Just leaning back away from him. Just... Let's turn around and look at Bashar.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
I was like, have you captured anybody else in similar circumstances? How did you get captured? Turn back to fucking Abet. You were home free. What the fuck happened?
I got the message. He said they could find them anywhere. I thought with the distraction and everybody else asleep, that it would be easy enough. One last time before I try to get as far, far away.
Does your wife know?
Bawling when you mention Neela. No. No, do not tell her.
I won't.
Do the people that you work for know that you've been captured? As far as you know.
They seem to know everything.
I do turn to Milo. We are not. What do you want to tell her then?
Figuring that one out still.
You cannot. You cannot tell her.
It's not for you.
I mean, she deserves to know.
But does the girl deserve to know? Does she need to know? I
No.
believe that's what Mike
Maybe
was
not
talking about.
yet. She's a bit young.
That's not a burden she needs to bear.
Your
Ever.
wife deserves to know why you may not come back.
Just no answer, just silent sobbing.
Well, fuck. You should have told us sooner.
Yes, we could have helped. We could have stopped these people. That's the whole reason we were here. And instead you just kept helping them. Fuck.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to do.
Tell that to the hundreds of children who've had their souls ripped out. Dead. Gone forever. Turn away from him. I just turn my back. Put my back. Turn my back to him. Just looking for sure. So. You found anything as these people have been leaving the city?
Unfortunately, I have been somewhat distracted. I will have some of the King's Guard go investigate, though. I still need to do damage control. And I need to sort of bite his tongue for a second. I have to inform the king.
I don't think there's anything we can do here. They know we know now. There's no way they don't. They may stop for a while, but they'll come back. They're operating differently, it would appear. I wouldn't be surprised if the only people stealing children in this city are parents who are afraid for their own children. If it's this effective. That's why they have no strings attached. If somebody gets caught, oh well. It's just a Chiron man or woman who gets hung. It doesn't damage their operation at all. They'll just find somebody else to blackmail.
Is there anything else you can tell us from your dealings with them? This has been going on for several months. You've got to have some information.
I got the name. And that was it. I met them when the messages came. They took and they left.
It is the second place we have heard tale of this man. We have to find him. If he is responsible for this many things in this far-reaching cities, then he is a bit of a crux in this matter.
If we can. Nah, I don't think we have any leads.
We know he's in Sharn.
In Sharn, you say?
That is as far as we know. That may have just been one place he was sighted. It may be his base of operations. We don't know. We have to find something that has to do with him. Here he seemed to operate as a shadow. I doubt we'll find much.
You hear another outside yelling. It's another doomsayer, it seems. Bashar turns his head. We'll speak on this matter and the other soon. I must talk to the king and handle my city. He opens the door, leaves you with Abet. 2 guards still posted outside, and Bashar storms off down the aisle outside of the guardhouse.
I have one question for you, Abet. How many children did you help kidnap?
You see his eyes sort of just like flit up from the table, not at any of you, but just sort of looking at the distance as he recalls each and every memory. I lost count. Where's Crowley at during this conversation? Where does he position himself?
Crowley is back where the morning event started, and he's on the hill, looking off to the coast.
Okay, so Crowley's not in this room with them.
No.
Okay.
We're still, as far as we're aware, Crowley's still on the fucking boat.
Very well.
Exactly.
I don't know what we can do.
We can't let him be murdered. You're right, it's not justice.
Is it not?
He was forced into this, essentially. I don't
It does not change his actions.
Motive matters.
Tell that to those dead kids. Tell that to their parents. They are dead all the same.
You guys are having this conversation, and you hear the clicks of heels walking up the hallway. A woman of Chiron ethnicity, sort of darker, wavy hair, in a heavy set, almost looks like a lab coat. Not a lab coat, but like like an artificer's jacket. Places to store tools and stuff like that. Greasy, like khaki overalls. Starts coming up the hall. You all travel with Crowley.
Who's asking?
His benefactor. Lila Spryberry. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm sure. Can't say your name is familiar.
It is fair. Crowley is a secretive man.
Just a little bit.
I've been informed someone has been arrested in connection with the recent kidnappings.
It is true.
If you do not mind, my daughter was amongst those. I would like to describe her to him.
By all means. You have every right. I haven't moved out of her way. I haven't moved out of the room during this entire discussion.
Right, and she's still standing at the back of the group currently.
Of course. May not recall.
A moment of privacy, please.
Sure. I'll move out. I'm gonna stand right next to the door, though.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
All right. Standing right next to the door, she sits down at the table, the other opposite side of Abet. They sit there for a solid 120 seconds without saying anything. Abet mostly just staring off at the floor, and in moments of courage, his eyes flit up and look at her and then immediately back down. After a deafening silence, she sits there and starts describing her daughter. 8 years old. Olive skin. Hazel eyes. Hair braided back. You see Abet's eyes. Gorham, you standing there at the door. See the memories, like a slideshow going through his head again. He locks onto one. And just a look of fear comes across Abet's face, visible to anybody in the room. He's just, as he recalls this memory, as he has realized something. She was out there to help people. She was the sweetest girl. She was my daughter. You fucking... As you sit there and watch and hear these three deafening sounds fill the room, causing...
Is there a source, by any chance?
It's coming from inside the room. As you do, you hear it, and you see, as you hear each one of these, Abet shudders in his chair. At this point,
yeah,
Lila,
step in.
you're stepping in. Lila stands up, producing a device from her jacket, points it at Abet.
I
squeezes a trigger
swiftly approach
2 more times. Okay.
I'm just gonna stride through, just kind of grab a hold of the hand that has the device and kind of pull it off to the side, and like.
Her eyes do not leave Abet. You see,
yeah, I kind of squeege in between her and Abet.
Guards start trying to pour in and try to get like through you guys from behind, like trying to move into the room to see what the ruckus was.
I check look for a pulse. Is he still alive?
He's not. You see holes in Abet's stomach and chest. This is produced.
can't say that was any better than what he was going to get anyway. But
just commotion of the scene currently. Guards come in, looking at Abet, looking at her, looking at the weapon. One of them tries to seize it out of your hands, just out of what they're doing currently, and holds it into the air, like by the barrel, burns himself.
Oh yeah, like
grabs
I
it by
never
the handle.
grabbed the gun. I grabbed her hand.
Her hand, okay. One of them
I didn't want
comes
to touch
in.
whatever it was that was doing the murder. I was like trying to shift her away, like her arm away. But yeah, so if they can take the strap. I don't give a shit.
Right. Is anybody else doing anything during this time?
Just kind of looking on like,
Well, she probably did him a mercy, to be honest.
Maybe. I just like kneel down next to his body, and if his eyes are open, I want to close them.
The chair has caught him. The chair and table have caught him from falling completely out. He is just sort of sitting there. His eyes are open, taking them.
I'm going to try to squeeze between everyone, guards and etc. walking in, and just kind of leave the room. I don't want to like go far, just probably to the outside of the cell, and just kind of lean against the wall, just kind of slide down, sit on the floor.
Okay.
I mean, you do what you have to.
They
Protect.
pry the device from her hand. She's just 1,000-yard stare through Abet at this point, and they bring her arms behind her back, arrest her, take her out of the room, bring the device out of the room. A lone guard still standing there, just sort of this weird moment of just feet shuffling and no one talking.
what is the device?
It's a fucking gun. That's what it sounds like.
Make
Let me
a
know that.
Crap, son. She came in here like DMX. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
you know what? I'm not gonna make it a check, Milo, because of the rarity. Roll a D100 for me.
It's a handheld tar cannon.
Oh shit.
A 20.
With a 20, you're not sure, but whatever it was, produced enough to ruin a bet
Whatever it was,
in
you
moments.
want one.
Who currently has possession of it?
One of the guards is like bringing it outside of the room, Sprayberry right behind him in cuffs as they're bringing it out.
Sir, may I take a look at the murder weapon? I don't even need to hold it, just take a look. It won't take but a moment.
He sort of holds it out by the handle. It's like this dainty hold out in front of you at the moment.
Yeah.
Other
Now
guards
I'm
sort
gonna
of
use that identify spell.
go for it. Yeah.
Goggles down and identify.
All right. You identify it. This is purely mechanical.
Purely mechanical?
Purely mechanical.
Trap dog. She got the 9.
Fascinating.
A gat of blasting, if you would. That's funny.
Was he tied or chained to the chair?
I bet he wasn't tied or chained to the chair. He just manacles in front of him, sitting there. His body is just kind of slumped, sort of held up by the table back into his chair, where he's since closed his eyes. A guard sort of just not knowing how to handle this situation. It just
Thank
looks
you,
to you
sir.
guys. I guess this is the point where I ask you to leave the room so I can... I don't know. I guess this is the point where I ask you to leave the room.
All right, we'll go.
I've already left the room.
Yeah. I was
As you all file out, he just looks back at Abet's body, still unsure what to do. Calls another guard in for a moment. You guys walk outside. You see Koshik slumped up against the outside wall. You see Milo attempting to identify this device.
Tempting.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
What are we gonna tell his wife, his daughter?
Wife deserves to know the truth.
Daughter probably deserves to know her dad's dead.
I believe that is. It
That's
is
up
up
to
to
her,
her
I
mother
guess.
to decide. Yes. We will tell Neela. She will tell Lydia what she will.
Does Neela deserve to have to know? Is the question more than does she deserve to know? You tell her he was killed. He was killed. We don't have to tell her.
Which one will give her the greatest peace?
Not telling her that her husband was stealing children.
It is the truth.
And is burdening her with the truth really the right thing?
What's the truth gonna do for her now?
Sometimes the best thing you can do for someone is to lie to them.
Not even lie, just withhold information.
And if she
And
finds out somehow later,
that's not on us.
it is because we didn't tell her now.
And what difference will it make?
It is knowing.
And knowing will bring her nothing but more grief.
When she asks why her husband's dead, what will you tell her?
He did what he felt he had to protect his family. Unfortunately, comes a time to accounts are due. He made his decisions.
The truth is always better than a lie, but I won't interfere.
I've given you my opinion. I'm not going to have any part of it.
Very
We can
well.
ask her.
Ask her what she would rather know.
Yes. Tell her
I
we
don't
have
think-
bad news. We can give you some of it or give you a hard truth. Which would you prefer?
And then, even if she chooses not to know the hard truth, she'll know that there is something that will eat at her. And then
Truly.
she won't know.
Life
We
is
either
full of
decide-
hard truths.
But you seem to want to put more power in her court, so that's all I got for you.
Regardless. It is for a little bit later. You still have to meet Bashar in a bit. On the bright side, I say on the bright side. We need to know if it was true or not. Did he actually have access to Lydia? Or was that just an illusion? I imagine it was an illusion. But
Who knows? These people. Could have been anything.
yes,
It could have been a dream for all we know.
it's true.
Mind manipulation put in his head at a later point.
We need to go back to the ship. If they knew about Abet, they've probably been watching Abet's house. If they know where we were staying with Abet, and they may have followed us back to the ship. They may know where the ship is, and they may be after Lydia.
They should be fine. Crowley is up there with them.
Crowley's
Maybe
asleep.
And I'm sure they will wake him if things go. Bill is there as well. He is not the
What's
most
Bill gonna do?
competent dinosaur. Wake Crowley, hopefully.
Bill's a coward.
I mean,
What?
you are very intimidating, apparently. I mean, some of us can go back if that would make you feel better, but we have to wrap things up here. Presumably, Sharn will be our next juncture. We have to find this Brayden Sithov. And if that is where he is, that is where we must go. But we still got to see what we can find out about that shit. What we can, anyway.
Aye.
So, quite frankly, the only person who is capable of getting back up to the ship is Milo. Our team still has not returned, and as you said, Crowley is asleep. So. About how long has it been since our team left at this juncture?
About 40 or 50 minutes.
For now, anyway. The best we can do is, if Milo, you can go and keep watch, I guess.
I'll head back to the ship. If you can, would you get me that device?
Why?
I want to see what it is. It's entirely non-magical, and the implications in forensics are incredible. I'd like to look more into it if possible.
I very much doubt they will just hand it over to us, but sure.
At least give it a shot for me.
I will try.
Alright, I'll see y'all when y'all get back to the ship.
Very well.
So you guys make this
Wait. Oh, never mind. It already happened. So.
you guys
Don't tell me to wait.
make this deal to rendezvous back out. You see a couple of the guards holding Abet's body, taking it down the hallway, further down into the jail cell, not outside, but out of this room. A sort of gold locket sort of hanging from his wrist, taking him down into this room. That's where we will end our scene with you and hop over to Artyom and Melgrim.
So, Melgrim, I'll say this to Melgrim mentally. What do you call a goblin with one leg?
What?
What do you call a goblin with one leg? I'm just flapping along.
I don't know. What do you call a goblin with one leg?
He's a hobgoblin.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I wonder if the group found Abet yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured, maybe they probably just went over to the dude's house, just hanging out, waiting for us to get back.
Yeah. Oh well. Are we there yet?
Artyom, as he's asking this, you do see the entrance of this cave coming into view. You swoop around and land in front of it. Quetzal form a little bit too big to get through these tunnels, fortunately. So either Melgrim can go in alone, or you can drop form and go in with him.
Well, let me know what you find, and be quick about it. If there's trouble, just come back and, hop on, and we'll get the hell out of here. I don't think anyone can catch up with us, but,
yeah. What? I'm gonna hop off and go look for Abet in the cave.
Okay. Do you make your way down into the cave fairly quickly, just trying to be expeditious about it? Finally, after a couple of winding tunnels, make your way into the meeting chamber where you guys had made the deal to take on this lightning rail task last night. You don't see anyone immediately. After looking around in one of the sort of like crevices over there, just sort of sitting on a rock, you do see a gnomish figure sitting there, just sort of like looks like he's waiting. He sees you. It's like, oh well, I was expecting us to have some sort of emergency meeting about what happened.
Have you seen Abet?
Oh, no. Last I saw of him, he went into town. And that was early this morning. So, what? You were there. You went there. What happened? What happened at the lightning rail? What did you learn?
Anyways, gotta go find Abet. Bye.
What just happened? Make your way back down the tunnel.
God damn. He's like, hey, fuck you.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you make your way out of the tunnel without issue? RTM sitting there waiting on you.
See Gorham come out, or I'm sorry, Melgrim come out. So it's abandoned, full of dead bodies.
No, that gnome is in there. Abet's not there. He said he saw him go into town. So, I mean,
Well, this was a very productive trip.
Could have talked to the gnome, but I mean, he sent us there in the first place with no information. I don't really feel like talking to him. So, back to town, I guess.
Okay. Wait, was it the gnome that came from Zolargo?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the one who gave us the information about.
Yeah. The gnome that gave us the information. So I don't know.
You should bring him outside.
All right. Be right back then.
You just hear from a distance.
I don't.
Artyom, no.
Okay. Malcolm, you make your way back inside. He's sitting back down again. Yes. Oh, it's you again. Hello.
Hey, oh God. Why don't you come outside with me real quick?
That sounds so shady.
Come on out. We're not gonna jump you.
For what reason?
Just to chat.
We can chat right here. I do want to know what happened. You start to see he gets kind of nervous.
I don't really feel safe in this cave.
Make a deception check for me, Melgrim.
This is like the weakest fucking argument.
Make a deception check for me.
Doesn't feel safe underground.
Shut up.
This is incredible.
That's a good point, RTM. Roll at disadvantage for me, Wyatt.
Shit.
Evil.
Thanks for that good point there.
That's a nat 1 face right there. That's what that is.
And from a 19 to a 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. Oh, what was that accent? Right then. Well, no. You see him start looking around. We can talk in here. It is okay. I am seriously starting to doubt my choices to come here alone. Look over there. Make an insight check for me.
Oh no. I hope he runs out the front door.
Is there more than one entrance to this place?
That'll be a 19.
A 19 insight check?
Shit.
No.
Nice.
He tries to throw your attention off to the side and tries to run by you out of the cave.
I grab him.
Make a grapple check for me.
Do I add my?
He just lifts his like his whole self above his head. He's just like carrying him like a piece of wood.
A dwarf picking on somebody half his size.
Listen,
I mean, they're the same height.
3/4.
This guy sent us on this mission with little information. 18.
All right, I rolled a 5. You snatch him up as he runs by, march him out of the cave towards RTM. Do not feed me to the dinosaur. I don't know what you put. Don't do it.
Just gonna say in his mind, they're not going to eat you. Yeah, why are you looking at me so stupidly?
This is Artyom, by the way. The dinosaur.
The tall, handsome one from last night.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Anyway, hop on and we can get out of here. He got some questions for you. We keep Pep to tell them about the nail.
I was kind of waiting to see if anybody showed up here. They were
And they did.
in the emergency meeting. Well, there is still time.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of time right now.
That sounds very threatening.
It is an open invitation to be what you want it to be.
Okay. He's held aloft by Melgrim right now. There's not a whole lot he's doing.
Are you going to hop on? Come on, let's go. Let's have a fly and a talk and we can figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Just imagine he's doing him like Simba. He's just holding him up
Yeah.
under his armpits. Like,
Exactly.
just holding him up.
I got him! Here you go!
Melgrim, you take him by the
One
back of
dog
the back of his shirt and his pants, and you toss him up onto top of Artyom. You can jump up on there as Artyom as well. You guys tear ass back to town.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will, yeah, I mean, I kind of want to ask this guy a few questions.
On the way, or when you get
Yeah,
back to town?
On the way.
Okay, go for it.
So I guess Melgrim's just going to hear this guy talking to nobody, but I'm sure he knows what's going on by now. So you were in the Largo and you got information that there's going to be things on this train, right?
This is
These,
correct.
lightning. Okay, where did you get this information from?
In my travels in the Largo, I had a partner that I went on, that I traveled with. They're the ones that sent me the information.
Okay, what exactly was the information that they gave you?
Said there was a lightning rail heading up from the Largo, that the trust had blocked off several other rails so that this one would be seemingly so that this one would be traveling alone. So they held all traffic out of the Largo, or out of this town, and then it started heading north towards here, and that there was something, and he did not get to it, that was related to what we have been looking for. The message was cut short.
What kind of message was it?
It was a mental message.
All right. Can you make mental messages yourself?
If I am close enough to someone, yes.
Was this a close range mental message that you received?
This is how I saw his end. Yes, it was.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your friend or your partner or colleague. In any case, we went to that train last night, and it had a bunch of crystals, little shards on it, and Kawandi I don't know how you say the guy's name. Juan de Orion was up there, or at least a copy of him. It might have been a silicon or something. I don't know what they called it. Uh, it could have been a fake one. And anyway, he levitated the whole train and blew it the fuck up. And that was what the explosion was. We barely made it out alive. So, your friend at least got some good information out that apparently the head of the entire House of Orion is involved with the trafficking of these children. And it would be willing to destroy one of their own lightning rails in multiple cars to keep this thing on the wraps somehow. And also, um, I'm glad that you have been honest with me because I'm kind of on edge right now and was contemplating just pecking you in the face. So
you feel
seem like
your
an
fur
okay
just
guy.
get gripped tighter, like as he grabs on tighter. That will not be necessary. I was very open with everything that I said.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You're pretty good. What is your name, by the way?
Glitteroy.
Gatorade.
Glitteroy.
It's very windy. How do you spell that?
Glitteroy. Yes. Glitter. Glitteroy.
Okay. Glitter. Shut up.
Glitter boy. Hello.
Superhero Glitter Boy.
Your first name is Glitter, last name Boy, which is.
Okay, well, yeah, I really appreciate you getting this information here. We are trying to find out what all is happening. Last night we came in with Abet, and he is missing now. We cannot find him. So we came back to this place to see if we could track him down. So
this may be a silly question, but did you learn anything? Did you find anything from the explosion? Something that traces them back to the trust?
No, it was annihilated in a massive explosion that even killed Koyan, the leader of House Orion, and everyone there. There was like a whole, I don't know, probably like 20 or 30 guards in full plate that he just killed just to keep it all on the wraps. Do you know what they're doing with those crystals and the children, right?
No, I am afraid I do not.
They're turning them into explosives or some kind. Or little stones of power.
That seems like a lot of work to make an explosive.
Well, it's probably like a dragon shard, but evil, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a very big magic guy. I can just turn into animals and heal people mostly. I know about plants and stuff now too. Anyway, that's a very good insight, right?
Don't worry. I am just wondering why the trust would be involved with something like that.
Why the trust would what?
Be involved with something like that. This doesn't make sense.
What is the... I don't know much about the trust. I come from the swamp.
Think of terrifying police, if that simplifies it enough.
Sounds like a power trip. People on power trips usually look for avenues of more power. It's kind of the way of the world.
Right.
How do you not put these two things together?
To put these in someone else's hand, to keep them in their own makes sense. If that was the case, if they were being trafficked in, that would make sense to me. But for them to be trafficked out, Largo looks after Largo. I am unsure.
Well, apparently they're looking out for House Orion, and House Orion's looking out for turning children into crystals of power. They are very explosive and turn things into mist when they explode. There's a lot of them on the train, and yes, it blew up fantastically. Almost killed me and my companions, but were pretty amazing.
That part makes sense. We were outside of a large mining operation in Zalargo. So that makes sense if you're calling them crystals.
Child mine.
But the fact that they are normal crystals pulled out of the ground or wherever they are finding them. So
Hey, what color are they?
I suppose my question is when were souls put in them?
Oh, I do not know. We came across a carnival that was. It's a long story. The tint was teleporting around to different places with a bunch of other magic crystals attached to it. And they're taking the children that were in there and dumping them off someplace. And at some point in time, there is a two-headed T-Rex. It was a big commotion. There is a case that got transferred back to the ringleader. They had some of the crystals ready to be utilized and or exploded. So at some point, kids got dropped off and crystals got picked up.
I am going to be very honest with you. I understood about 60% of what you just said. But
okay, do you know what the tint is?
I can extrapolate what I need to know from the 60% that I gathered.
Right.
Thank you, though. Very well. This is bigger than I thought it was. I am, well, yeah, that part was unnecessary, I suppose, but this was not what we were intending, or expecting, rather. Very well. Do you plan on putting me down?
Hey, we get back to town, they can put you down. We're going to go talk to Fancy Pants, Mr. Bashir.
This is my cousin. Oh, no, Bashir is not my cousin.
Yeah, Bashir.
Fancy Pants is my cousin.
Mr. Yassin invited us to have a sit down at his house where we will discuss all of these things. And hopefully everything will get less fucked.
That would be preferable.
And since Abet's not here, I'm pretty sure when we get back to town, they'll have found them and we can all collaborate our information together.
Very well. You said the lightning rod itself was destroyed?
Absolutely obliterated.
Shit.
There is a locomotion car and a cargo car, and then Kayande came out on another one of the locomotion cars, and it destroyed all three.
So it is going to make getting home a little bit more difficult. Shit.
Hey,
okay.
Just full transparency, you should probably just never go home. It's probably pretty dangerous. Like, just maybe go somewhere else.
I don't think that is in my cards.
I'm gonna legit full on like 180 head look back at him like, hey, you do you, man, but this is going to you'll probably die, just so you know.
Probably.
Respect.
Tip him off the fucking.
You're probably gonna die. Whoosh. Throws him off.
I'm pretty sure Melgo can survive this.
Okay. You guys make your way back into town. By this point, Milo, you have made it up back to the ship to check. Everything is kosher currently. You see Neela and Lydia actually sitting there. Lydia is playing with her game currently, and Neela is talking to Bill, going through some more like table manner stuff. And you see her like in one hand, she just has like a bunch of treats, talking to Bill and instructing him on how to conduct himself a little bit more cordially.
It's fucking amazing.
Being unsure how exactly to talk to her, I will, helmet still on, just kind of nod at her and find somewhere with a good vantage to wait.
You're gonna be waiting on the ship, or you? I'm sorry, I may have misunderstood the original plan. I thought the plan was to meet back into the city. Y'all let me know.
Oh, I thought that Mila and Lydia were still on the ship.
Neela and Lydia still are on the ship.
I was heading back to the ship to keep an eye on them.
Along with Crowley.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just gonna stay on the ship?
Yeah, I'm keeping an
Okay.
eye on them so that they have someone to keep an eye on them with.
Okay. After an awkward hello, she kind of goes back to Bill when they eventually go away from table manners, and she brings out a little board, and they try to start on some like basic arithmetics type stuff because she doesn't know what she's doing really. And after about
Smart.
She's teaching him math?
after about 45 seconds, Bill gets frustrated with it and just like bites the board and throws it across the room and says, let's do something else. And they continue on with their lessons. But currently no issues on the airship.
Yeah. Kestrel's instructions are if shit goes down to come get me.
Okay. You do get notification a little bit later on that the party has, or the majority of the party has met back up at this point, and it is that they are going to talk to Bashar Yassin at his home. And as we can get to that point, we will go to our break.
Holy shit.
4 o'clock, guys, so we're going to take a break. Give us about 10 or 15 minutes or something like that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Go ahead and drop a follow if you have not yet. We muchly appreciate the support is what I was about to say. I'm so muchly appreciate the support. We're going to muchly. We muchly appreciate it. DMing turns my brain to muchly. Anyways.
It's goodly niceful for all of us.
Go ahead and drop a follow if you haven't. Don't go anywhere. We will be back. Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
And hello, everybody. It is us, the people that are here. We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy. We're Dungeon Master. And we're going to continue on our Across Eberron campaign, where we last left off. Our group of adventurers split in a couple of different directions. Some went off looking after being informed by Bashar Yassin that he had some behind the scenes work to do to control some of the panic that is going on around town. The party decided to seek out Abet. Kaushik, after going to his house, finding him not there, Kaushik sent him a message where they learned that Abet had made a mistake and found himself in prison. Going and asking a couple of questions their own, they learned that Abet himself, father of Lydia and wife to Neela Solomon, was involved in this kidnapping ring the entire time. To a threat of Neela and Lydia, he responded with helping these people out. After a few questions and kind of getting his motivations and any other information, they learned the name of another name, or the same name that they've heard before, Brayton Sithov, a contact that they had found out earlier, because Sharn had been threatening Abet to do so. After ending their questioning of Abet, a benefactor of Crowley, who was not there at the moment, walked in, Lila Sprayberry, saying that she could give a description of her daughter, and she wanted to know if he was the one that took her. She sits down at the table, the party allowing her to step into the room. And after describing her daughter, after one descriptor after the next, she shot him in between everyone, killing Abet Solomon. Party sits there for a moment. The guards get the situation under control. And then Artyom and Melgrom fly out to the meeting place from the night before to see if anyone was there. Maybe Abet was there. They instead find Glitteroy, the gnome that had told them of this lightning train from the night before that was heading up from Zilargo. After everybody sort of gathered out in front of the guardhouse, Artyom and Melgrom, about an hour out at this point, and about an hour away from your meeting with Bashar Yassin. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, we made it back in an hour?
No, you're about an hour out at this point. Took you an hour to get there. You're about an hour back.
Oh, so it's been 2 hours then.
You have not quite made it back yet. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You guys are
Sure.
about an hour out. These guys are outside of the guardhouse. If there's anything else that y'all would like to do. If not, we will speed it up and we will meet outside of Bashar's house in an hour.
I guess we just wait at Bashar's place at this point. He's basically talking to him is all we've got left to do here.
Just standing around outside his house.
Yep. We're gonna loiter.
Hell yeah, brother.
Check the windows, see if
Knock on the door, see if somebody will let us in. Like,
okay.
Sure.
All right.
Show up at Bashar's house.
FBI, open up.
I heard you have kids here.
Where are the kids at?
Jesus. You make your way over to the address given. For sake of brevity, you guys find it in a matter of a couple of minutes. Making your way over there. Fairly nice home, not extravagant, but oddly placed on the outside of town. It's the positioning of it throws you off. He is not he's not in the center of town. He is not near Prince Orgev's house. He is out and about. His house is built again, kind of standing out in the sort of patchwork design that New Kyrie is in, standing out among these other lower class homes that are on the outside of the city. Not necessarily all the way to the fence or anything like that, but further on the outskirts of town. You make your way here to it. A small fence greets you. Walk up to the door, knock on the door. A butler does answer. Human, mid 40s, early 50s, maybe around the same age as Bashar himself. Answers the door and says, yes, may I help you?
We have a meeting with Bashar in a little bit.
Yes, I do apologize. He did say that there would be 7. You're missing a few. The rest of your party will catch up.
They will be on their way. Yes.
Very well. Well, no need to wait out in the cold. Come on in. He opens the door.
Fantastic.
Beckons you into the home, to a sitting room off to your right. He says, "You can take a seat right here. Let me go put some tea on for you," and takes off.
What a nice guy.
Sitting here at this moment, just hanging out. Unless you guys would like to do anything else, I would like to clarify. Crowley, are you going to be with these guys at this juncture, rendezvousing with them, or are you still out doing your own thing?
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, he hasn't been with us this whole time.
I'm still at the morning ground.
Okay. All right. Very well. You guys sit here for a couple of moments. He brings back some tea and some refreshments and what have you, setting them down. Well, if there's anything else that I can do for you, please let me know. In the meantime, he should be back shortly. Thank you much.
Thank you. I'm gonna look around while we wait. Just examine his abode.
All right. Looking for anything in particular, or what you doing?
Just kind of like, well, just killing time. Might not do anything in particular. That's all I'm doing during our waiting period.
Okay. Like I said, nice home. There does seem to be a stairwell that goes down, like a basement of sorts, that is below ground. As you sort of look around the house, go ahead and give me a general investigation check.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. It's not negative anymore. God dang it. Be gracious. That's 14.
14. Okay. Kind of perusing through his home, if you would. You come to a looks like a little study area off in the back of the house as you're just sort of looking around. You're just sort of looking over like documents on his that are just sort of left out and scattered on this desk. And let me ask this before I assume anything.
Oh, yeah.
How nosy is Gandalf being currently?
Oh, I mean, very. Yeah, if I'm just kind of wandering around and I just see some like open notes out on a desk, I'm like,
Okay.
like I've got time. Apparently, I'm just gonna be allowed to walk around his house, so sure.
Opening drawers or anything like that?
Oh no. Just the stuff is just like out and about. Like if he has just notes on his desk, I'm like, any of this look interesting?
Okay. You find some notes. It seems to be general back and forth of him translating. I say translating. It seems to be placating is probably the better word, between King Orgev or Prince Orgev and King Boronel of Breland. There seems to be talks of King Boronel being nervous because he has another member of royalty in here and he has established territory. And Bashar is just sort of placating that situation. And then also letters from to Orgev calming his nerves about they could, essentially remove us from here. We should establish here early, or whatever the case, establish borders if necessary. So he seems to be playing babysitter between two pieces of royalty here.
How fun.
Is sort of what you garner.
Cool.
You end up finding a small little like red crystal, just sort of placed there. Whether you investigate that further or not, it just seems to be inactive. It's like a small octagonal red disc.
Does it look magical in nature?
Gandalf might assume so.
Poke it.
Okay.
Just kind
of. Make a dexterity. No, I'm just playing.
And I'm dead. Shit.
Seemingly reactive to the warmth of your hand when you poke it. Small illusions start appearing from it, about 8 or 9 inches tall or so. They're like caught moments in time. You see a young, after sort of studying the first image.
It's like a photo album.
It is.
Oh shit!
You see
I can't steal that.
Younger Bashar Yassin, maybe 8 to 10 years old in this picture. Woman and man off to his side in Kyran military gear. Seems to be as if this was before Warforged were the primary soldiers of the war.
Damn. Old as shit.
You go to the next it flips on to the next image. You see him. He's 18 to 20 in this picture, maybe. He's pictured with a younger Kyran female at this point, also in Kyran military clothes, holding like diplomas. They look like college diplomas. The details on them sort of escape you, but they look like they're just side by side smiling. The next one flits up. He's older again, 25, 28. And you see him at this point. He has no smile on his face, but a hand outstretched, shaking the head of what looks like an undead elf, in just royal robes. And then you hear the front door opening behind you.
That's crazy. I'm not stealing it. I would feel way too bad. I can't take this man's fucking photo album.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's cool, I guess.
Artyom and Melgrim, as you fly up and land down, Bashar Yassin by his fence, landing down here, right in front of him. The gnome still on your back as well. Well, it seems as if this timing is fortuitous.
Yeah, I'll wait till people get off my back and shapeshift back down.
Where is your friend at? Well, I didn't see him with you earlier. The one from Kyrie.
He's back taking a nap. You needed to rest. Recuperating from the ordeal.
I think it is best if we have all the members present. One moment. He just sort of looks off to the side. Very well. We'll see if he responds and beckons you into his home. Crowley, you receive a message from Bashar Yassin, a mental message that says, "We do request your presence at my home. My address gives you the address. I'm sure you're able to find your way here." That's the end of the message.
Does he message Milo as well?
Nope. He doesn't know Milo's not there currently. He saw Milo earlier this morning. He did not see Crowley.
Okay. That's a good point. I was about to say, he just said, we need everybody here. Except fuck that guy.
Okay, making his way into the home, he observes that Milo is also not with you. He looks back to you, Artyom. He said this was very important, and I do agree. Shouldn't we have everybody here? Very well.
Don't look at me.
Upstairs.
One moment, please. Okay. Hopefully he responds to this message as well. Gorham is a walking advertisement for Skype right now.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Okay, he's back.
There he is.
Milo, you hear in your head the same message coming from Bashar. It says, "Please make your way here. We are meeting now."
I'll wave Barrick inside. Come on.
He sees it. He looks at you. And in just a nod of recognition, he's...
Being somewhat confused, I'm going to take out my tiny servant orbs, cast that spell, and instruct them to guard Lydia and her mother, explaining to the mother,
I'm so sorry. I was staying here to keep an eye on everything, but it seems they need me back down here. These little devices are gonna keep you safe, okay? So keep them nearby you.
And then dropping the little fist-sized spider drone things on the ground, I will drop ship off of the boat and head their direction.
Very, very well. And you head off. After walking into the home, beckoning Artyom, Melgrom, and the gnome is there with you, but not accepting the invitation at the moment. Why is Glitteroy here?
Hey, we went and picked him up when I was looking for Abet. Did you guys find him?
He's been arrested, yes.
Wait, are you in the room with us now at this point?
They're right outside the door.
Okay, so we are currently not yet involved in this conversation. Okay.
Not yet.
Just making sure.
I left your friends with Abet earlier today. He was arrested in conjunction with the kidnappings.
Okay, well, sure. Let's all find out where he's at together then, I guess.
Great beyond. The Devourer has him now.
Hey, literally, come on. Let's come on inside, because let's figure out what's happening with you, since this kind of involves your, life. You're sort of in the middle of this.
I would very much like not to be. This is...
Oh, it's way too late for that. What are you fucking kidding me? Yeah.
Very well. Steps in behind you guys, walking in. Again, when do you make any sort of attempt to...
No.
Okay.
I was like, obviously just like looking through his stuff. Like,
Okay. All of you
yeah.
walk in. He walks in. Bashar walks in, closing the door behind him, looking to his right, seeing you at his desk in front of his his photo album for all intents and purposes, his data crystal filled with minor illusions. Looks at you and says,
Yes. I got bored.
very well.
This sounds like a pain in the ass, by the way, and I'm just gonna like gesture at the like letters on the desk. I'm just like, that sounds like awful.
One day, boy.
I do not envy you. Anywho.
Yes. It is my job, though.
Fair enough.
Shall we wait for your friends, should they arrive, and give them a few moments to...
Well, first off, what did you guys do with Abet since you saw him in jail? And where's Milo?
He was keeping an eye on Neela and Lydia.
This is Abet's wife and daughter. Where? Keeping an eye on them where?
Don't worry about it.
They're in a
Abet,
safe place.
I Bashar, I didn't realize your guards were so shit at their jobs until today.
Why would you say that? They literally wouldn't tell us where a government official lived, and we had to talk to him about official business.
This is
They
much
led
worse.
us into an evidence room and just let us like, okay, well, you have fun now.
Much worse. Abet is dead.
Oh, like, what happened? What?
One what was her name? Damn it. Lady something water. Lady Sprayberry. I don't know why water, but when Eleanor Sprayberry.
Correction, Lila.
Delilah, I'm sorry.
Just
which one was
Lila.
Eleanor?
Yep.
Oh, Lila.
Correct.
I don't know which one is Eleanor, but I have that one written down. But Miss Lila Sprayberry, who is a noble woman whose daughter was taken, wished to speak with a man who may have been responsible for her disappearance. The guards had let her in, and I figured, they were allowing this to happen. So she did. She then proceeded to kill him with some kind of explosive weaponry that she had brought in with her to your guardhouse.
Why would she want to talk to Abet, though? Abet was part of the people that were fighting against the kidnappers.
Well, apparently he was one of them. One of the kidnappers. And according to him, he lost track of how many kids that he stole.
Yes.
So.
He was blackmailed by Drayton Sithov, who we are already looking for.
Blackmailed with what?
Threatened.
His family's life.
His wife and daughter. So, he did as they bid.
So we need to make sure to tell them immediately because they're probably in danger. Like, let me guess, that's where Milo was at.
That is where Milo is, yes. Presumably between himself and Crowley, they should have been safe.
And Bill.
And Bill. If for nothing else, then as an alarm.
Bashar does the same hand motion and sends another message to Milo. Milo, you get a message from Bashar immediately that says, if you need to stay up there if you need to stay wherever you are to keep them safe, then do so. He does not stutter like I did. I forgot that he did not know about the airship and I said up there.
He doesn't know shit about our ship.
That was not a Freudian slip or anything like that. Don't get paranoid. He says, if you need to stay wherever you are to keep them safe, then do so. I would let you hear, but they're telling me, yeah. he turned into a bottle of something.
They cracked open a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
He said he's jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm just imagining there being bright green 2-liters strapped to his ankles now.
Oh,
Dude,
we have to
I
make
got
it
the
happen.
weirdest image in my head. You know those videos where people have the Coke and the Mentos and they fucking eat the bottle at the ground? That's, well, like, Milo's got to get one of us to fucking pick him up and slam him. That's how he acquires flight.
It's chemical reaction time, baby. You gotta choke slam Milo to get it going.
When you cast fly as an alchemist.
Oh my god. Anyways. You do receive that message, and at this point I will say Crowley and Milo show up as you wish.
Wait, I just headed back to the ship, so
Okay. Well, I didn't get that because you just make white static noises at me.
we have liftoff back to the.
Context clues, Jonesy. Context clues.
My context clue was.
Yeah, it's the NASA ship taking back off into.
He's not, you gotta remember, he's not
space.
looking at Skype, so he doesn't see you doing your hand
Oh,
motion.
okay. Yeah. I got you. There was a hand motion for takeoff.
Okay, very well.
I'll arrive as early as I can from those grounds. So
Okay.
however long that takes me.
Not very long. Wait. I need to clarify here. You were looking at what grounds?
I was where the morning event, not the not on the Mornlands, but where the event took place, where we were just praying silently.
So right
That's where I've
outside
been
of the
all
city
day.
walls. Okay.
Yes.
In that case, it takes you all of 15 minutes or so. You're right outside the city walls.
I do a hop and a skip, and I'm there.
Okay.
That's
You guys
what's
hear at the door. The butler answers. Crowley walks in.
Forgive my tardiness. I have been at the Mornlands since dawn.
Importantly, like it's on the other side as a Largo.
Not those Mornlands.
Oh,
The morning area we went to for the event.
I
Really,
say
did
you're
you know
going to
about-
bed if you're going to leave.
Crowley just sits down. I lied.
Well, that is a stupid lie. Anywho.
it doesn't matter. So, Crowley, I am lost as what's happening, but apparently Abet is dead in some lady's shelter or shotgun. So
Yeah,
with
Crowley's
magic weapon.
so deduction time. Crowley's gonna turn to Gandalf and say, I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to my family once. I was not going to leave without saying goodbye again. And then he's going to turn to Artyom.
Well, did any of us have stopped from going?
Is that
I'm very
so?
confused. Apparently it's just Lila.
Hmm.
Lila Sprayberry. Yes,
Yeah,
one,
Delilah Sprayberry.
a lady whom you are apparently familiar with.
And he just says the name Delilah Sprayberry.
Yeah, I just say Lila Sprayberry.
Is it
Killed
Lila or Delilah?
Lila.
Because-
There is no duh.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
someone said earlier and it threw me
Yeah, I
off,
said
but
Delilah, and then Joan said just Lila. So
Oh.
So Lila Strawberry. Whatever. And
Lila Strawberry.
Strawberry. Anyway. And he's like, so you let mother into a room with a potential kidnapper.
I am not the guard there. I figure if the guards let her in, she was allowed to be there. Clearly, I was mistaken. Looks
Don't
at
trust the guards
Bashar.
either way.
I
It
just
seems
look at
there is
Bashar
some
like-
shared responsibility here.
Okay, well that's done now.
This
You
is
said
not my
that-
city.
Yeah.
You are
Okay,
here
what?
tossing blame nonetheless.
Regardless.
Let us have a seat. We have much to discuss. Where would
Yeah.
you like to start?
Let's start off with where you left us.
Very well. This is where you will have to inform me. What caused that explosion?
150, according to the Orient, 150 or so of those little crystals on the
What do you
train.
mean according
Right.
to Quanti the Orient?
He arrived.
He showed up, yeah.
Yes, in
Yeah.
defense of the
By the
shipments.
I'm sorry. It's not a very common name, but I suppose it is not completely impossible for a coincidence. You are speaking of the
Bald-head.
Baron of House Orient.
Yes, the head of House
Yes.
Theorian. the Baron.
But he had little crystals in his face, and he did not bleed. So, what was it that you called? He said that he can possibly be.
I don't know.
Simulacrum.
Yeah, simulacrum, whatever that is, like a puppet man or something.
Regardless, he arrived, and that's when the situation grew tense. The shipment was guarded by his own personal house guard.
Yep.
And then he levitated it to the air and dropped it, and it exploded.
Well, he threatened, but obviously he did. But all those kyber crystals, I am saying that right. They are kyber crystals, right, Jones? Or are they a different type of crystal?
The crystals that you guys have found have been Sybaris crystals. Now, what was on that train specifically? He just said soul-charged crystals.
Okay. And so he took the soul-charged crystals and, laughing like a madman, dropped it down on us. So we managed to capture him for a time, but he ran back to the explosion. Obviously, as a simulacrum, it doesn't matter if he lived or died, because he was at point blank of the explosion.
That makes more sense. I mean, if he goes out there and gets his copy or whatever destroyed, then that just leaves no evidence that he was there, and he can deny the whole thing.
Well, his personal transport was there, but I don't know how much of the wreckage you can clear from that explosion.
There is nothing left.
There's nothing.
It is completely gone.
Everything. You've
It
looked.
is dust.
You betcha.
What was it was dark at the time, but I saw nothing.
Mathematically speaking, what was the area again, Joe? So I could give him a guesstimation there.
Of the explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, about a quarter mile in radius.
Big as fuck.
About the quarter mile in radius, the explosion. It'll be easy to find. Anything inside it, not so much.
How did you not see this? Everyone in town's running away from it.
Correct. I did not see the explosion itself. I did hear it, though. And I woke to a panicking population that saw it. Several of them, rumors spread like wildfire. This is what I have been dealing with all morning. So, and did you see what happened to the Baron himself?
I'll turn to Melgrim.
We were busy running.
Appeared to me as if he just got caught in the explosion and, like everything else in that radius, turned to dust, essentially.
But again, keep in mind, it seems as if it was not the Baron himself.
Well, I mean, you know magic as well as other people in the group. What the little pink crystals in the face mean to you?
Oh, are you talking to me? Or are you talking
No, I'm talking to
Okay.
the guy. Scene.
There are very few capabilities to clone yourself. I believe you are speaking of a simulacrum.
No.
Now, whether that I could not confirm, I did not see anything. But troubling nonetheless.
Well, I mean, when you have a train full of crystals that are so powerful they can level an entire city, I feel like you're probably in a pretty heavyweight class as far as what magical capabilities you have at hand. So that only kind of makes our story more believable, right?
I am very, I am not as worried about his capabilities as far as martial or arcane. I am more concerned about his resources. Conti Dorian is one of the most wealthy men in all of Eberron. In all of Corvair, if not the wealthiest.
Right. These are not wanting to stick around and mingle with the fleeing population too much.
Right. Well, this makes much more sense now.
And so, we fled and we took a quick breather and we tried to find Abet, and so we split up. And me and Milgram went to go to the place where we all met up last night, and we found Weatheroy here, and we had a bit of a chat on the way back, and I just arrived. So that's my whole story. What happened with the rest of you?
Not much else besides what we said with Abet. We found him,
Right.
asked him some questions, clarified why he was participating in the stealing of children, and then he was killed.
Right. Some woman came in and shot him. Came the ocean spray or something.
Correct. Yes.
And that kind
So-
of put a damper on the whole day.
Spray there.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what. My concern is also of House Orion, and specifically Quanti the Orion's political sway. We have nothing that can counter any of that. And if he is heavily entrenched in this, I can't imagine that he's doing it by himself.
Absolutely. But we have a great advantage on this whole thing. I don't care
Yeah.
about any of the politics, so I'm not going to get roped down by any of that dumb shit. We
I was thinking
got
more
the-
in that he could convince more people to assist him in hunting us down. That's
I'd like
a bit
to.
more concerning.
And while I understand that you have no regard for politics, please do understand that politics are people. If you go and you try to accuse House Orion of these awful things, these things have a way of coming back to people that are not involved.
Anyway, I would like try to go through political measures to convict House or Kwandi the Orient. That would
Regardless
be
of
like,
wanting to be away from the politics or not, you're talking about a political house, a force of this world. It doesn't matter if you want to be involved with them or not. If you go up and you end that, you are involved. Regardless of how you decide to handle the situation. You can knock on his door, attempt to kill him or kill him, both of which will have consequences around the world. You are not exempt just because you don't care for them, is my point.
I'm just simply saying that if we're going to deal with him, probably dealing with him in a political manner is going to be worthless and bad for everyone. Because that
Difficult.
seems to be his wheelhouse.
Difficult, not worthless.
We kind of lack any proof whatsoever.
That's why we have to find it. We know who to look for.
Nah.
We have to find this Brayton Sithoff. And, I mean, as far as I'm aware, none of the houses like each other particularly much. If we can acquire hard proof, I can't imagine that it would be particularly hard to have one of them assist us in bringing about his downfall.
My only concern would be dealing with other houses.
Of course. I mean, do you have a better idea of what could be used to help level the political playing field?
This all depends on what you are able to find. There is, currently, as your friend has pointed out, there is nothing. You have nothing.
Unfortunately.
Depending on what you are able to find, you do have something. You do have crystals.
Did we get anything the last time we ran across this individual? Kind of look around the party, hoping you guys read in between the lines.
You have encountered Baron Dorian before.
We had the passage through passage, so it wasn't a big deal.
Make a deception check for me, RTM.
Can I? 16.
Okay.
Regardless, did we get any information while we were having a short visit?
Not that I'm aware of.
looking towards the people who were in the room.
All of us were there.
Yeah.
I own that.
Crowley's just staying silent, I see. Okay. I guess that's a no. So
all the information we know is already public. He's making a trail to the Mournlands.
That is not so public. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, well. I meant to say to Kyrie, but what's less known is that he is planning to make a trail to the Mournlands directly.
We have scouts over that area all of the time. There is no construction.
But what about underground?
Why?
we had the train station underneath this house.
Indeed. His
The car
his
that
own-
arrived last night was the same one that got blown up.
his private rail is underground, his mansion and passage, but I've seen the plans to some degree of all the trails that he was working on.
And this is it, just a rail to the Mournlands, through the Mournlands? I mean, everybody knows that he is planning on a rail around the Mournlands so that people can traverse through that area. But
As I recall, I copied as best I could a lot of the more important stuff, Jones. So I'm going to reach into my satchel and produce some of the documents I took from Quanti Diorin.
okay.
Numbers, figures, quick sketch.
It takes a look at it and takes a look at the couple of maps and notes and stuff that you took. This one into the... This is not around, this is into the Mournlands. And another one into Droam for what?
Droam is one of the places that tent teleported to.
Yeah, somewhere in that area. And the mountain range.
We
somewhere.
figure anyway.
You say underground, but there's nothing indicating here. This just does... This doesn't make sense. This looks like half of a plan of just a rail. This doesn't look like underground to me. This doesn't look like construction detail to me.
If they have the technology for that tent, maybe they're using certain tracks that can teleport trains. I do not know.
I cannot grant you a full picture, but this is what was in his personal office.
Where did
when we were there?
Where did you copy these from? If I could get my hands on those, we could probably discern more.
Those are gone.
Gone where?
They went with elf. I believe it was an elf. I can't remember. It's been a while.
It was an elf.
That's from another house. He would be required to do a favor for the freedom of one of our own.
So they could be anywhere.
They could be anywhere.
Could we describe this dude? Because he looked like fairly uniform, right?
Yeah.
Like his armor, the black leather armor and stuff.
What was the
I was super fucking tripping balls, so.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, like I can't remember.
I
exactly
wasn't
what he was
there,
wearing,
actually.
so-
Now that I recall, I wasn't
Yeah.
present during the transaction. So
I can't exactly remember what he was wearing or specifically to call back to, but I'll describe him as best I can if I can.
Make a wisdom check for me. Just roll a d20 and add your wisdom.
Plus 0, 18.
Nice. To fairly good detail, you describe the elf as in wearing black leather armor, and sort of the designs and patterns on it. The high, the fucking cat is getting to me, dog. I have tried to keep a straight face the whole time. But you go through and describing the elf. Let's see. Y'all see what that is?
yeah, so is that
14.
is it on the 14 or is it on the 20?
It's on the
It's
20.
looking like a 14 to me, my
That
guy.
looks like
is
a
it?
20, my guy, to me.
Yeah, it's a natural 20.
That is
Nice.
a natural 20.
Oh, that's Jimbo. He goes down.
He knows him by first and last name. Knows his mom and
He's
him.
like, oh shit. He's like, we have dinner every Sunday.
He's my kin.
It sounds like you're speaking of King Bornell's guard, the Dark Lanterns is what it sounds like.
Do I know who King Bornell is? Off the top of my head.
Roll an intelligence check for me, Gandolin.
Hell yeah, brother.
What about me? Can I make history or?
Oh, he's good at those.
No,
Or do I need to
I would
also-
require no one else except for Gandolin and Artyom to roll to see if they know
all.
who he
Even
is.
though
Mighty
he's an elf.
You do not know who.
Intelligence.
Oh,
An
no.
intelligence roll, you say?
Yeah,
What was the Dark Lantern?
it's
Five.
King's Dark Lanterns.
Yeah, let's go. High five, Artyom. Woo!
Let me make sure
We're
I'm
the best.
getting that right. Yes, I am King's Dark Lanterns.
I have no idea who that is.
The
Out loud, like, I don't know.
no, the Kings. It's fine. They're secret police for King Bornell. It's the King's Dark. They're the Dark Lanterns. Is what they go by.
No, I don't know who that king is. What is he the king of?
His mouth just sort of agape, looking at you like this
I
is
fight-
his life's work, and you've just asked him like who the president is. You are in the war. I
fought things.
King Boronel is the king of Breland.
There
Bo-
we go. Thank you.
Boronel
I spent
Irwinarn.
most of my time fighting your people.
How do you not know this game? Look,
Make a
Make
deception.
up from.
Hey, that's facts, man. I did spend most of my time fighting Kyrie. So
Hell yeah.
RTM's trying to give you shit about knowing this. He has no clue who he is.
Yeah.
Either.
I just give him a bird off. Like, officers don't even look at him.
But yes, King Born. He is the king. Boronel Irwinarn is the king of Breland. He has graciously allowed us to take up residence in his kingdom.
See,
You
Why
read
would
the
he-
entirety of my notes, yet you did not know what you were reading.
I wasn't paying that much attention, really. It was. I was bored. It wasn't that interesting. It was just something to do. I don't read very well.
You see an unsurprised look on his face.
I just shrug. Like,
Very well.
homelessness and lack of public education will do that.
You
I-
think I need? Don't they have public education in Cardinal?
They do.
I didn't get it. I was busy, not being able to eat most of the time. So,
Karnath is a rough place.
anywho, what might be the what might that mean that the king of Breland is stealing things from the Baron of House Orion?
I mean, to me, it sounds like they have gotten word of what is happening and is trying to figure it out. Other than that,
Well,
I have no clue.
If I understand that you're pen pals with this guy, so let's go meet him and figure this whole thing out.
That's not exactly how that works.
I understand it might take like a week or something like that, right? Like he's got a busy schedule and all that.
Let me be very frank with you. You have had company with residents, the royalty of New Kyrie, the royalty, singular, of New Kyrie, and we are a proud, but still mostly a refugee camp. There is reasons you have met the royalty here. We were talking about meeting the King of Breland. It is.
I mean, I don't really care about meeting the guy. I just need to. He apparently does not like House Orion, so he's an ally, yeah? Enemy of enemy being friend and all that. Sure.
Not exactly. Not in politics. He is merely trying to figure something out, it would seem. And also, the enemy of my enemy is my friend does not apply here.
Why not?
Because he could still be on board just trying to figure it out. perhaps take over the operation himself. There is endless possibilities here, and you're just going to play your entire card to someone, again, a political force that is beyond your control. This does not seem wise to me.
Could we in some way get him to assist us with finding this Brayton Sithov? Sharn is Breland, as far as I'm aware.
This is correct. Good job. Well done.
I do my best.
Our relationship is tenuous at best. I would not be the person to approach him about such a thing. Also, I'm not so sure that you would need the king to find an individual, and if you were to approach him with such matters, you would probably be waved away. You have been fairly resourceful so far. I suggest that you rely on that, and currently, with as little as you have, keep this information close to your chest. I do apologize, but you don't know who you have on your side. You should not trust me.
Well, I don't trust you, or literally, no offense. That guy's is whatever.
This is okay.
But aside from that, the only people I trust are the people that are in this room, plus Milo, most of the time.
And that is wise.
I don't care about any of these people, what they're trying to do. Is if they can give me some help for getting rid of this House O situation so that we can stop the children from being kidnapped. That's the objective. I mean, if there was a way for me to just completely disestablish the entire political system of Corvair and come around to a much more sensible solution, that'd be great, but that would also probably start another war. I mean, I'm not completely ignorant on that matter, but yeah, I'm just trying to get this going in a more streamlined direction. And if these lantern people don't like what's going on, why not get someone who could benefit from this information that they've already gotten a little bit of?
Again, I fear that you are not understanding that it is not a matter of like. It could go in either direction. They are merely gaining information, as far as I know. Unless you have had conversations with these people that have explicitly stated it, and even then I would not trust it.
Right, I'm not going to trust it. I just figure it would be in their best interest. And there's no trust whether or not this or that is on the table at all.
Right. I worry, is all I say.
Manipulation of ambition. That's all I'm talking about.
Forgive me if I do not think that you would be able to manipulate an entire arm of a kingdom.
Right, I just need the guy who knows the information that can give me more.
And you need to navigate that carefully. You want it to be streamlined, I understand, but as I said, you are in politics whether you want to be or not, and these are murky waters.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got, you know about the plane of Zoriath, right?
Looks at Artyom like, is this really the time?
It is very off topic, but I'm aware
No,
of
it's really not. See, we have to kind of deal with the whole situation with that plane and the world getting destroyed in like within a year, so we kind of got to speed this up a little bit.
He's not wrong.
All out there.
Please keep going.
Why is
Didn't you just say you don't trust him?
This is...
I don't... Well, I do not care if he knows this. Everyone should know this.
The proverbial cat is out of the bag. Please keep going. What do you mean, the plane of Zoriath?
Yeah, the plane of Zoriath, the crazy plane of insanity.
I am aware.
Okay, this is going to sound like it's a very... were coming from passage. It was raining. We decided to get shelter in this village, and there are some sick people in the village, and a couple of our party members got sick, so we needed to find the source of this magical sickness because it wasn't a normal sickness. So we tracked it through and went through a what do you call this? A manifestation zone of a different plane. And so we went through there, and we fought some undead things, and we came across a lady in a bubble, and she turned out that she was a dragon, and people were sucking all of her essence out or something like that to do some terrible things. And in this demi-plane, it was touching on the realm of Zoriat, and that is going to get taken over and then brush up on the material plane, so it's just a little 1 year from now hopscotch that we have to take care of.
Yes. Are you familiar with the Children of Winter at all?
Yeah, that was the name.
Yeah. Apparently they are trying to bring about this doom or something similar.
Can't be sure. Yes, they are fanatics of...
They are involved.
Just gonna hold up my bag. I've got a tentacle. I'm not gonna take it out of the bag. I'm just gonna hold up the bag.
We have a tentacle.
Yeah. In this case, unlike the one that we are currently discussing beforehand, we have hard proof of that being like hard physical proof of physical.
Kind of.
I mean, what do you mean, kind of? Like any person with magic can see that that was from Zoriat.
Can I see it?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, just very briefly, because I mean, don't touch it with that reason.
I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna say, "You see with your eyes, not with your hands."
Yeah, I mean, it's wrapped up in that bag or backpack or whatever, so it's just like.
I'm gonna give it to Archie.
Sure, I'll open it for him.
He's gonna reverse it, like holding it with the bag as it just like pops out into the.
As you reach in the bag, Artyom, and go to pull it out.
No. I reach into the bag of holding to pull out the backpack.
Funnily enough, Kaushik does not have her bag of holding.
Oh,
son of a bitch! That's right.
Milo
damn
does.
it. We don't have it with us right now.
Oh, yes, right. Milo has the bag with the tentacle.
Shit.
That guy that come off like an asshole. Okay, well, it's in there. We can show it to you at some other time. But trust me, it's there, and it is a problem. We have a friend that was going to Sharn, so it's a step along the way to find any of these Dark Lantern people and
the child ring. I know it sounds improbable, but I can swear to you that it is all true.
Well, it is my job to suss out these things, at least for our people. Where did you encounter this again? You said in the forest outside of Passage.
What is it called? The Eldritch Grove.
To the south.
It's a place. The manifestation zone only appears about once a year, so we have, I don't know, 55 weeks or so, something like that.
When was this? When did you encounter it?
Just like a week and a half ago, something like that.
Crowley gives him the dates since he keeps track of the dates and everything.
Pulls out his diary. He flips back to
diary. Just notes, man. Boom, bam, done.
It's been a really busy past couple of months for us, okay? I don't know what you want me to say.
It sounds like it. Very well. That is concerning, but I suppose off topic for the more immediate threat. Okay. Let me get this straight.
So,
the leader of
go ahead.
The leader of one of the most resourceful houses in all of Corvair is involved with the ring of scoundrels that are stealing children off of our streets, intimidating our citizens into compliance, and they are doing this at least countrywide, continent-wide, probably worldwide.
No, incorrect. It is a global situation. The man that you so wrongfully hung yesterday, I don't know what day it is now. They've stayed up all night. I hate that feeling. He was picked up in Zindrik, so that's where he was picked up by the people in the from the carnival. So
Right. This is where he met Zambini. Yes,
right.
no, that was part of the information that I got from him. Something about in debt to Albus Silverthorn. But that doesn't necessarily indicate that they are involved, I suppose.
Maybe if they hired him there or bought him there, yeah, I feel like that would. There probably is some sort of link of this whole thing that happens in Stormbreach. Was that what it was called?
Stormbreach, yes. Right, but if it's a matter of if they were actually involved or if they just sold off something to make some of their money back if he was in debt. Both are possibilities. Okay.
If they have the ability to, over the course of a couple of minutes, travel from New Kyrie to Troam to different planes of existence, I don't think that saying that any places out of their reach would be a smart thing. They're going to be everywhere.
Unfortunately, in my questioning, he wasn't very helpful afterwards either.
Regardless, out of the few names we know, the one that is more useful for the moment is the Sithov gentleman.
Correct.
Correct.
I would imagine we should focus our efforts on locating him.
Well, yeah, other than that, it's either walk up to the doors of these dark lanterns and say, hey, we'd like to trade some information for you. Please don't fuck us over, which that will never happen.
That is, I am going to be honest with you, that is very likely to happen. Either in your favor or not.
No. I mean to say that the likelihood of them fucking us over would be like 100%.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Right.
We are on the same page then.
Yes. Let us not do that.
They could all dislike House Orient, but I'm going to be, again, they would still probably fuck you over just because that is what they do.
Right.
Wonderful.
I mean, you sent us to a train car that exploded, so I mean,
I did not send you there. You took on that job yourself.
I'm just gonna be like, come, really?
Regardless, I feel like that means our next destination is pretty clear. I mean, we were planning on going there anyway, but with all due haste.
Correct.
At this juncture, we need to get to Sharn.
You said you had a friend. Outside.
Right, we have a druid friend in Sharn.
Right. Do you have a name I could possibly get for you?
Do you need it?
I will look to Gorham on that one.
Like,
This guy's got a pretty Scott clean record as far as getting involved in all of our extra shit. So,
is there a particular reason you need it right now? Looking at Gorm as well, like,
The more information I have about any contacts is helpful to us all.
You'll be fine.
there you have it.
Very well.
I'll come now. I'll kind of like give him a nice little pat on it. It's not like you're not keeping any context from us. He's a good guy. He's not involved in this political stuff, and it would be shitty for him to be involved in this shit is more than he already is. So, helping a friend out.
And it's not like you'll be struggling to contact us if you really need to. You could do that weird like magic thing where you talk to people far away in their head.
Wait, yeah, why didn't we just get him to ask where Abet was? We should have just found him and asked him to do it. In any case, it doesn't matter.
I received the message shortly after you left my presence, so...
Regardless. That is where we need to go.
So the plan is we are going to Sharn and trying to find where
Brayton Seesoff
is. Do you have any information? It sounds like you might have heard this name before, or
I have
You
never
had a-
heard this name.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, we're kind of going in blind.
All right. Um. Cool.
Have any of you ever been to Sean? It's a large city, and when I say large, it is an immense city.
I have not.
Is
This is
that
the
Milo?
farthest one.
Milo is not there with you.
We
Oh,
have
yeah.
a friend who's
Look
from
at this
there.
guy.
Very well.
I have been to Charm.
One of our numbers is from there. Apparently, Crowley's been there before. I believe we will be fine.
Very well. Do you need assistance leaving the city, or
No, we are fine.
I think we've got it.
is there anything else that you require of me?
Yeah, if you could pull some strings and find out who the hell Brayton Shitoff is, that'd be pretty great.
Yeah, we'll try.
And if you could
Yeah,
keep us
I
updated with any
super
weird
appreciate
shit that
it.
House Orion does, that would be wonderful. Like
Maybe-
if anybody puts a price on our head, that would be really good to know. Things like that.
Well, as far as and I am remiss to ask this so late in the conversation, but I have just assumed their fate and did not want to ask. Our citizens that so bravely went with you?
Ruby Horizon.
Caught in the explosion.
Figure
Some
as
of them.
much.
Others died beforehand.
Yes, they tried to fight as best they could. Apparently,
Very well.
and if I recall, I was asked that device that was confiscated from Miss Sprayberry. Apparently, our friend Milo would like to examine it. I doubt there's a way we could get a hold of it, is there?
He sort of glances at you and says,
I'm just like,
I do believe your friend
don't really
Milo
care.
has his hands full with things to examine at the moment.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he does.
So
He seems very busy.
it seems to be from what, yeah. Anyways,
Very well.
He's very good at multitasking.
So, fellas, what is happening to this Sprayberry lady? Is she, I guess she's in jail now?
she has been detained. What will happen? Likely jail for an indeterminate amount of time. I am not sure. There are several things to weigh in this situation.
Okay. So, I really hope to get a lot more information from this aside from don't trust people in politics. No offense.
What information are you looking for? You have not asked me any questions.
Well, I mean, I guess we're all looking for the same information. I just thought that, we explained to you the stuff that we are going through to get here and the stuff with House Orion and their previous involvements and plans and the explanation of what we've done to try and track down these people beforehand. And you were part of an organization that was trying to track these people down, and I just didn't know if you would have more information that we could knit in together.
Unfortunately, you saw firsthand how capable this organization was. I attend on... Here's me extending your trust. I attend on the king's behalf, and that is that. I have... So, that organization is keeping track of things the best that they can. Most of the information they have, I have either had it before and given it to them, or they've gotten lucky a few times. But other than that, they have not been very capable.
Probably
These-
doesn't hurt that they have, people who are part of the child stealing in their midst.
This
Yeah.
is correct. Also,
Regard.
with the gnomes' information, they have proven to be at least a little bit capable, because now we have more information than we have ever had, at least regarding this. It is not... You say you gained nothing, but you have the knowledge, and that knowledge is power. So...
I'm sorry, say that again?
He says you have the information, and that knowledge is power. You do not have the proof yet, but you know what you are looking for, and that is key.
Yes.
Surely you could have some, at least ask for some of the houses to help and widen the search regarding the missing children with what proof we have. Like, for instance, House Fjarlin. They once called Kyrie their home. Perhaps you have contacts that might be able to help us find some information on this man.
Also, maybe put out like a official message that if people approach you and say they're going to kidnap your children if you don't help them, that they should come forth with that information and not help kidnap lots of children.
We can put this information out all we like, but I fear that they will have the same reaction that Abet did. But nonetheless, we will do our best there. Regarding House Filarin, as he gives you a curious look, Crowley says they, other than their colleges, if you will, they are just a group of bards.
Bards
artists.
often hear much, is all I am saying.
Make a deception check for me. I'm going to give you advantage on this.
With pleasure, I will make this check.
Oh.
Okay. Deception. I'm sorry, I was like looking, like where is this thing at?
It's all good.
31.
Okay.
Is that a nat 20, Matt?
Yes, it was. Oh no, my cat just knocked the die down. Oh no, it's playing pinball.
Okay. He just gives you a curious look and continues on. Very well. If I hear anything, you know, that will be the first some of the first that I contact.
Wonderful.
In the meantime,
And if you happen to think of anything about, what those crystals could be used for, that would be also very helpful.
I have thought on it, but unfortunately, without them to examine up close, I am at a loss.
Oh. Man, that's crazy. I don't...
Indeed.
I will change the subject going. Do you know anything about the Tarkanians in Shari?
They call themselves a house. They are none of which. They are just a group of killers.
Okay. Any other details?
I don't care to know too much about them. They try to involve themselves in politics in violent ways. This goes exactly against everything that I have ever been taught about politics and have come to love about them.
No.
They deal with problems with blades, and that is about the extent of their, as far as I'm aware. Other than that, I am not an expert on the Tarkanan group.
All right.
Well, the sooner we leave, the less likely we are to die, and the sooner we get there. So,
Yeah, good luck with the town.
Thank you.
Indeed.
We will need it.
You should well, first off, you should get better guards. I know you're doing the best with what you have, but and make sure that you keep the that entire tent thing safe. It'll probably be useful in the coming weeks.
Keeping the tent itself safe?
The tents that they use to teleport around.
Correct.
The crystals and the components and whatever, making sure it is not destroyed or vandaled or ransacked.
I will take possession of them myself.
Wonderful.
Right.
Well, we have places to be. I'm sure you are very busy.
Yeah.
Let us go.
Safe travels. You
I
guys,
Have we been talking for an hour?
sure.
Yeah.
You guys have been sipping tea and what have you, so if you're looking for a short rest, why not?
Hey.
All right. All right. I guess we de-ass the joint.
Okay. Getting up and the butler opening the door for you guys as you leave. You see Bashar just sort of contemplating, opens up like a notebook with notes, starts writing things down inside. You guys are led outside of the house into what is probably now about noon, 2 p.m., something like that. Midday, lunchtime or so, if you will. Less panic around the city. Whatever is currently going on seems to be something quieting it down. So.
All right. But I won't quite go into the shapeshift. I'll just kind of suggest food and then we leave. I kind of don't want the.
Probably just leave.
Yeah, but they have those really spicy stick things. I want to have one more time. I mean, I know you're right. I just really want some of them again. We can just pick some up and leave.
We should just go. Yeah, let's.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of the most powerful people in the entire continent will probably want to kill us. Yeah, you know.
And if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken,
if we start.
more than not, vendors have started packing up and leaving as well, so we might not even be there.
All I'm saying is that if we start dictating our lives and let those people have us make all of our decisions based on fear, then they've already won. I mean, that's just all I'm saying.
You are welcome to live by that, if you really wish.
I transform to a Quetzalcoatl.
Okay. You guys take off back towards the ship, landing, finding Milo, Neela, and Lydia on board.
Probably getting that really intense sidelong glance like, I've just spent the past couple hours making super awkward small talk. Please come fucking help me.
Well, yeah, Milo, you're probably not the best person to do this, but yeah, we're Gandalf and I'm sure Gordon and Melgrim, and I mean, I'm not so much good up close, but we're probably definitely going to need to teach both of these women how to defend themselves from the stuff that's probably coming after them now, possibly coming up.
Okay, let's just keep it. Neela, could I speak to you for a minute?
You're here.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Just like,
yes, of course.
Hold on this. I'm like, all right, Lydia will be right back, and I take her to a different room.
Oh, we need to
send Kaushik a message, be like, hey,
You want to come entertain Lydia? I think they're getting ready to have the talk.
I'm gonna go. And what's Lydia doing right now?
I'm making my tiny servants dance for her. Oh wait, she can't see. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're a shitty person, Milo.
Why isn't she entertained? Why isn't she entertained?
Lydia is currently finishing up. Lydia's currently finishing up her lunch at the table in the room, and you see some stuff. It seems like during this talks and teachings that she's been having with Bill, she's also been trying to keep up some of Lydia's schooling as well. So you see some basic schoolwork and like some grammar type stuff off to her side.
All right. I don't know how you work with children that can't see when it comes to schoolwork, but I will do my best.
Well, you see parchment. You see parchment with needle holes up through the parchment that is raised pieces of the paper. Other than that, I don't think Kaushik would have much idea of of what's going on.
Would Milo? He's a smart man, you know.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, you Milo and Kaushik go over there.
We'll figure it out together.
Okay, and work and hang out with Lydia. Gainwin sort of pulling Neela off to the side into one of the bedrooms. Yes, what is so important? And I do apologize for this, but you have not brought Abet back yet. We were supposed to be making our way earlier this morning.
Yes. And that is why we must speak. We discovered today Abet loved you and your daughter very much. It was months back, I imagine early on in your time in New Cyre. He was approached by a gentleman within your home who appeared to be holding your daughter. And threatened your husband with both your and your daughter's harm if he did not do as he said. Unfortunately, that was involving himself in the kidnappings of the children of New Cyre.
I am not sure I am. What?
Your husband was kidnapping children out of fear for your and your daughter's well-being.
No.
I heard him say it myself.
So where is he then? Let me hear him say it himself.
Unfortunately, the deeds done out of fear and love caught up to him. The accounts he had built up during his time resulted in the retribution of a mother. She killed him.
Leave me.
Just dip my head and walk out.
Okay, she sits in there.
That's fair.
The rest of you distracting Lydia with games or whatever, asking her what she's working on. Sitting there, and Gainwin walks out of the room, somber look on his face. It is very apparent that he has delivered some information to Neela. As you sort of surround the table with Lydia once more, Neela, unable to walk out, of the room at the moment. You don't hear anything from the room. There's no sobbing or anything. There's just silence. Eventually, she walks out. Puffy eyes, but instead she walks out, puts her arms around Lydia, and just with a very stoic voice, acting like nothing is wrong, says, "Well, it is time to clean up our mess, yes. Where will we be going, if I might ask? At the moment we are on your ship, and
I believe we spoke of taking you to Flamekeep before, but we can perhaps change if there's somewhere else you wish to be.
Flamekeep is far north of here. And you all are on very important work that I would hate to keep you from. Take us back home, please."
You're not going to be safe there.
I am not going to be safe anywhere.
Flamekeep is not too far. We have an airship. We'll be swift.
My mind is made.
No.
Lucas in Flamekeep will protect you. He is a good man.
Crowley will move forward and say, perhaps at least just sleep on it one more night. I need to rest myself because I cannot pilot this ship without some error just yet. I beg you and I plead of you. Please, one more night, think on it. This city is surely not safe. It is even less safe now.
And if I take my night to think on it, you will honor my wish.
I will honor your wish.
Very well. She helps Lydia up and they start cleaning up after themselves, sort of silence, and Neela going back to, as best she can, with no auditory cues at all. It seems like she's gotten accustomed to doing this sort of thing since Lydia's been able to talk. Keeping her emotions hid in her voice, continue on with Lydia, and after cleaning up, sort of gets back to their work, not saying anything. You guys sort of rest out for the rest of the day, catching up on some of the exhaustion that's caught up with you over the past 2 days. And all of the information that you've garnered and a new destination in mind. Seems to be everything's leading towards this. That is where we will end tonight's session. All right.
Yeah.
All
Super
right.
happy. Note 10 on. Woo!
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We are Hard Knock Dice. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Mondays we do our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, DM'd by this guy right over here. Wednesdays we do Tavern Talks, where we sit around and talk about various and sundry D&D things and make maps and other stuff. And then on Saturdays we do this, the Across Eberron campaign. And we also have a super cool event, a charity event called Power Word Heal coming up that you guys should definitely come and check out on May 22nd. Starting at 11 a.m. It's going to be a 24-hour charity stream for Extra Life, which benefits the Children's Miracle Network. And it's also going to be a giveaway. So when we reach certain milestones in the charity event, as far as donations go, we'll be giving away some things. So come check it out. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be doing this campaign. We're going to be doing some one-shots of D&D. We're going to be playing other video games and what have you. So come hang out. Drop a follow if you have not, as always. And if you're really enjoying us, give us some of those Bezos bucks with a Prime sub.
Hell
If
yeah.
anybody has doesn't have anything else, we will get on to our raid, and we will show someone else in this wonderful community some love. So, let's see here. Who's on? Someone give me somebody.
I see the Arcane Arcade is on. Welcome In is on. It's for a couple.
We'll do the welcome in. Why not?
Okay. Woo! Everyone's being so somber.
Well, that's actually, they have, I can't raid them for whatever reason, so let's look for Arcane Arcade, I guess. Is it the
Magics.
Is it the Arcane Arcade?
The Arcane Arcade.
There it is. Okay. There we are. Everybody ready up. Much love. Thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. I'm gonna say it until I get the raid now button. All right. Bye, guys.
There you go.
Much love.